everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Diego27. Yeah, I'm already fucking up. 207 with you. Very hungover today. We're here with Sean Dean and the guy who made all this route pretty much look the way it does, Ethan, who is somewhere in the back. I don't know what he's doing. Ethan, what are you...
Howdy.
Okay.
What?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to start up my trains again because it already crashed.
That's beautiful.
Is that what you mean?
I think, yeah. Yeah, that can qualify.
I'm just gonna run a train along with you guys. Well, Jaden works.
Let's see.
We
He'll
could
run a
talk about.
train while Jaden works, and I fucking suffer.
Just make sure it's all coming through fine. Give me 1 second. Yeah, looks like it's coming through fine. So, all right. So we got
Okay,
Train Fan
my F-bomb
120.
came through loud and clear.
David Mitchell is here. Craig Bishop, hello. No, David, it's been about a year since I last streamed this route. I don't think I've touched the Carrabassett in about a year. Like, I really don't think I've worked on it, if at all, in the last year. So, I don't know where you're getting 7 months, but it has not been 7 months. I can like assure you. Ethan, however, he's been working on the route for a little bit here. He's had the route.
Yeah. December, I think.
Yeah, let's say you got the route in December.
Casually did more work to the fucking route in like
It's a
2
great
months
Christmas
than we
present.
did in 5 years.
Yeah, let's say you did more work on the route than I've ever done, and then yeah.
Also, I would like to take umbrage to the previous stream because you claimed like 2 houses worth of my work as Ethan's work, and I'm not
Yeah,
sure
I
whether
would-
I should be.
Oh.
And I'm not sure if I should be like proud of myself that I managed to emulate his work that well, or piss the fuck
Well, where
off
are
because
your
I
2
didn't get credit.
houses?
I was working over in Coburn Gore before Ethan took that
Oh
over.
shit, that's right. You were working on that.
Oh yeah, that also.
Oh.
Yeah,
But
like
you kinda
you like
balance-
went through like this little stretch of like, yeah, Ethan's been doing a lot of really good work through here, and I'm like, this bitch.
Well, honestly, let me take a sip of Pepsi.
I was the one who did Lack Mechanic too, so it kind of balances each other out.
Say, and then you gave me credit for Lat Mechanic, and there's almost nothing of the original Lat Mechanic left. Like the only part that you got right was the shop. I was the one that detailed the shop.
Listen, oh man, I can't even use being drunk as an excuse. I was sober at that point. I hadn't gone out yet. I got nothing for you guys, really. Honestly and truly.
Aha, clearly.
Yep. So that's a wrap, guys. I'm gonna go jump off a bridge now. I will get back to you later. Toby, have a great life. Yep, you're a cat.
You have to lay the bridge first.
Well, there's a big one right over here. Oh wait, I'll go jump off your ginormous horseshoe curve bridge.
Let's go.
Which I don't think I've looked at in 19 yet.
You should. You need to go to Horseshit Curve.
Let me go to horseshit curve. I just want to also grab this while I'm sitting here. That's not what I thought it was. What are you? Toby, what the hell? Enough! God. What is wrong with you? I fed you, I pet you, I do everything with you. You just, you meow. Would anyone like a cat?
Yes.
Go to Alabama.
Please?
Alright, let's go look at horseshit curve real quick. Toby. Enough, go. I don't know why he's meowing so much tonight.
He's excited.
I don't know what he's excited about. There's nothing going on.
There is stuff going on. You're working on the Carrabassett.
Is that what he's excited about?
It's a momentous occasion.
He needs to go outside more often. Ah, here's horseshit curve. Yep, that is indeed horseshit curve.
Well, here in about 15 seconds, I too will be able to see Horseshit Curve.
It is horse and it is shit.
Did you do the like support footings for that already?
No, because that would be pure suffering.
I know. That's why I asked. Dude, I couldn't even imagine.
All right, so there's horseshit curve. Now that we've all got a chance to see it. So today, after a year, we're gonna jump back in. We're gonna go up towards Bigelow here, just outside of the Sugarloaf ski resort. And Ethan, was so kind to start. Unless it's Sean, unless I'm getting it confused. Again.
No, I did that one stationing you. Also,
No, that was Ethan.
that building's from Cole on his gateway route.
I was gonna say I can't remember if it was oh, what's his face over there, Mike or Cole. I couldn't remember who it was. So, but glad we got that squared away because it was honestly bugging me. I'm like, who is this? Who did this?
That's a great asset.
But so we are back. We're gonna be up here today working around this station. I have to figure out what the hell I'm doing right here. It's gonna be a little weird. Do I do it the length of the road or how would I make this work?
Yeah. And then you just stick something like, oh,
Oh, sorry. It's gonna be a little bit before you guys see what I'm doing here. So I kind of have to like wait. You'll see.
The streams. I would do a thinner one, and like, I mean that does kind of work. Also, I'd just chuck it into the ground too.
Ah, shit. Let's see. Let's move it over a little bit.
All right, Han. What's the point of having these random trail lines in the middle of the road anyway?
Over the crossing.
It's like, yeah. It's like when they pave over the rails.
Nah.
Grade crossing.
Kind of looks like asphalt anyway, so or it can pass for asphalt.
And then it's like flush with the rails, so you know.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you kind of get rid of some of like the unevenness of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. All right. You know what? That makes sense. That's kind of slick.
If you were a tour bus and you just like
you just go in there
the
Mach 3.
You come fucking two-wheeling around the corner, and then you hit one spot smooth, and then you catch like 2 inches of the fucking railhead on the other side, just wham.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're
You
just
have
gonna
to
eat
give,
that, and it's gonna be a bad day for everyone involved.
Exactly.
It's a bad day to be on the bus.
It's gonna be a little wonky, just given the nature of the situation here, and we're on a slope. But
that is true.
yeah, I should be able to fudge some of it. Possibly. I
there's
might have to
no
play with
reason
I might have to play with the
going
road. Oh, I deleted the road.
Good job, Jaden.
Already-
Well done.
Already off to a great start, folks. Yeah, honestly, I might have to play with the road here a little bit because this. Yeah, let's play with the road. Let's play with the road. All right, so we're gonna do that. I think I fucked it up again.
This stream's just gonna be us making fun of Jaden for like making small train
Small,
mistakes that we make
insignificant
all the time.
errors.
Exactly. Just press the Control Z key once,
Shit.
and no one will ever know.
I mean, like, you know, that's like half of having a friendship with Jaden, honestly.
Thanks.
That's true.
He makes small, insignificant errors. But it's okay.
Is it though?
It'd be like that It'd just be like that sometimes, you know? Sometimes you just you click on a road, you had the X selected, you meant to have the plus selected, you know? It's real confusing. They're the same thing, but at a 45-degree angle.
I will send you to Jesus, Sean.
I will send you to Jesus.
Alright, we're gonna have to give a little more head
One
over
of these
here.
days. Oh, head?
God damn it. Not what I meant.
Ayo.
Go back to horny jail. Yeah, so the heads over here is gonna be a little more exposed. Shut up. This is just gonna be one of those crossings that the locals just bitch about anyways, whatever.
What is old?
I can't be bothered.
Oh, MEC.
Main Central?
Main Central?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot their reporting marks.
Hi, Jaden, Ethan, and Sean from Sam. Oh wait, you're talking to him in chat. Okay, well whatever. Fine, go home.
Well played.
You know what? I was just trying to be nice and let you know that Sam said hello, and Ethan's already talking to him, so it's whatever. But hi, Sam.
It's about viewer engagement or something. I don't know.
Well, I was busy making sure I wasn't fucking up the road, so no one would make fun of me. All right.
I thought it was about drive. Maybe even power?
Some might say that.
I don't know about y'all. I'm pretty hungry. I might devour.
I was gonna order that pizza.
I mean, honestly, like, honestly, a midstream pizza break would kind of work.
I don't think this is gonna work at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell from where I'm at the stream,
God
but
damn
it
it.
does look a little rough.
Yeah, it's
Did
good.
you delete the road again?
Yeah.
You have to. The trick is to like have a spline point on either side that like you bury it into the ground.
Yeah, I might. Hold on, let me just bring him back real quick. So.
You could also do it like lengthwise, maybe.
Hold on, I might be able to do that this way. It's gonna take a little playing with, but I think we should be able to get something here. Nope. See if I knew which spline I was grabbing. There we are. Okay.
That'd be
Alright.
fairly helpful.
It would be. It would put me a leg up on the situation. Post a leg down.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm attempting to figure this out here.
But like in a good way, you know.
Let's see what it looks like without all the hullabaloo.
The hullabaloo?
Blah.
The hubble bubble?
Alright, it's painful, but not as painful as I thought it was gonna be, so we're heading in the right direction. I think my fridge just
Great
fell
news.
apart.
Oh, that's not good.
I just heard a sound I did not like. Maybe it was my cat. I have no clue at this
It was
point.
probably the cat. You should probably check the plane table.
Well, the playing table is closed off to the cat, I learned.
Okay.
Yeah, I made sure to, like,
Oh,
block him off from that ages ago, because, he's a cat. And he should not have access to that. That's like giving a psycho access to nuclear launch codes.
Oh shit, wait.
yeah, cats should not be flying planes. I don't think that's a good idea.
You know, out of all the directions you could have headed with this conversation, if that's where you went, I'm okay with it. We'll allow it.
I mean, I'm pretty no thoughts head empty right now. Internally, all I've been doing is singing fucking Through the Fire and the Flames for like the past 5 hours, man. I'm done. I'm
Well,
fucking toast.
if that's where you went with life, then I got nothing for you either. You both are on your own at this point?
Yeah.
Yep. So, what should we inform the viewer, Sean? What should the viewer know about the Carrabassett in the heading forward phase?
Well, the first thing that they should know about the Carrabassett is that I have in fact worked on it in the whole that place. Not Lac Rodrigue. For some reason, I can't remember its actual name anymore. Fuck
Like
me.
Megantic
St.
or
Augustine de
No,
Woburn.
that bitch. Yes. I've placed like 2 whole bitches in a house and like some fields up in there, and I wanted the viewers to know. But other than that, I remember in the last stream you mentioned like we were kind of planning to release the route in phases, but you didn't really have any solid details for what that would entail.
I was just winging at
And
that point. I'm like, I know we discussed phases. I know we discussed things. I don't know what we discussed.
yeah, so let's try and wheel that around. And Ethan, if I get something wrong, I'm sure you'll correct me.
yeah.
Um, but so as far as phases go, so right now we're working on phase one, which we're hoping to have out by the end of the year. I remember Ethan optimistically saying, "Oh man, shit, we'll have this released by summer." And I kind of looked at him. I gave him one of those looks, the look,
Yeah.
because I know. Um, that's not how the Carrabassett works. But in any case, I think as long as we maintain like a solid pace on it, we can get phase one out by the end of the year. It's gonna be pretty big. Jaden mentioned last time that he couldn't remember if it was uh, Kingfield to Lac-Meganic or even North Anson to Lac-Meganic. It is Kingfield to Lac-Meganic. We're gonna cut it off around Kingfield. And the reason for that is, I mean, realistically speaking, there's not much on the Kingfield and North Anson stretch. Although that would probably entail us going ahead and modeling the Salon Ranch as well as, Salon, Emden, and so on and so forth. Um, but it's just to cut down on some of the workload. I mean, like you mentioned, the Bigelow sub is the single largest subdivision on the entire route. It stretches over 80 miles. It's
86, 87.
yeah, something like that. It's that's just a lot to do in one shot. So we're gonna cut it off at Kingfield. That way you still get the full utilization of what Flagstaff Yard is, because Flagstaff even.
The fuck was
Uh,
that?
it's
Flagstaff.
Oh, oh,
Flagstaff. Yes,
Flagstaff.
it's the German version of
Oh
Flagstaff.
crap! The Nazis invaded. Not again.
Oh, Rangeley.
Oh no! Oh
Oh,
no!
deep, deep inside joke. We'll never be able to explain that one. Anyway, we're just gonna hand wave that and keep going like I didn't say
Just
anything.
third base coach sending them on. Nope. Keep going.
But so it allows for the full utilization of Flagstaff, because Flagstaff is the base of operations for all the switching operations out of Chain of Ponds, as well as all of the industrial switching in Kingfield. Both areas originate out of Flagstaff, and so by including Kingfield in it, we are able to kind of give more to do on the route. Because I mean, there's a little bit to do in Chain of Ponds, but there's not a huge amount. The most that you're really going to get out of that is obviously the paper mill, which Ethan did
that's
a
quite a bit. I mean,
banging job on.
Mm.
And that is quite a bit, but it just gives a little bit more to do.
yeah.
Um, and then we're gonna cut it there. Um, phase two. I've looked at the notes, and I don't think we ever decided which way, because phase two can go one of two ways. We can either go from Kingfield to Farmington, or we can go from Kingfield to Madison.
Um.
One or the other. We're not going to suffer through both. Um,
Yeah, that's a discussion for another day.
yeah. In any case, phase three, I believe, will be completing whichever one of the lines that we don't cover there. So if we decide to go Kingfield to Farmington, then phase three would be covering the Nordica sub from Farmington up to North Anson. And then if we cover uh, Kingfield to Madison, then we'd go ahead and cover the Nordica. And I suppose the Rangeley second, or not, the former part of the Rangeley secondary, now the new Portland bypass. Um, and just do it that way. Um, then phase, I think we'll probably do like 4 or 5 phases, maybe 6, because Waterville is basically going to be an entire whore on its own.
I love horse.
But oh yeah, I mean we all do. Um, but yeah, so right now we're looking at probably 5 to 6 phases as far as route releases go. On the other hand, on the roster side of things, however, I currently have 3 phases listed because I mean, at the pace of work, the skins will go faster, and even some of the models will go faster. So I have 3 phases and then 3 additional kind of smaller packs that'll be released separate. Um, so I saw we had a comment that
Yeah.
wanted to know what we roster, so I'll start digging into that now. If you don't like hearing rosterisms, then just go ahead and close the stream for a little bit, grab a coffee, come back. Um, so the Carrabassett has a really hearty mix of bullshit. Like, there's a lot of power for how relatively small the railroad is, but that's because we kind of have to do everything. We're moving a pretty solid amount of traffic on our little route. We're running a commuter service on this line, and we have just all manner of stuff to keep up with. So, and on top of that, we also have some just brutal grades. You know, in some places we're getting up to like 2.9% because there's just no better way to do it. Or there is a better way to do it, and we won't let Ethan do it. Um,
Dilly dilly.
so we have to maintain a pretty solid helper pool as well. But so kicking it off, we roster 6 GP50s. These units are actually dedicated snow fighting units. I mean they run regular service during the kind of summer months because there's no reason for them not to. But as soon as winter rolls around, we start getting snow on the ground. These units are dedicated snow fighting units. They've been kitted out as such. They have rotary wipers. They got the little heated grates on the windows. Basically, if you've seen like a Southern Pacific GP38 snow fighter, it's the same thing but on a CNW GP50. Um, and so those are set up to lead flanger teams. So we have 6 of those. The oldest non-special units on the uh, on the route as far as freight units go are the 5 GP35s that we roster, number 202 to 206. We picked those up off of Guilford, their former Norfolk and Western units, and they've been serving us well. Um, then we have a whole mess of GP38-2s. We have 20 of them total, and they come from all over the place. Some of them are straight 38s that got rebuilt as dash 2s, and then some of them are proper GP38 2s. Um, After that, we have a trio of GP28 2s, which are just GP28s with dash 2 electronics. We picked those up off of CHP Chihuahua Pacific out of Mexico. And the reason I chose those is just for the sake of them having dynamics, and plus it'd be an easier kit bash. So we have 3 of those. Those actually mostly hang around Bangor. Um, they handle a lot of the switching in the Bangor area. Um, just because they're relatively low horsepower means I don't really want them tackling road locals too much. And there's a lot to do in Bangor, and they're pretty well suited for that. After that, we roster 4 SW1500s. We have 567 and then 570 through 572. We used to have a couple more. We had 566, 568, and 569.
Nice.
Nice. Um, However, we ended up retiring those just because we don't really have a use for them. 567 and 570 are dedicated shop switchers. They just hang out at the main locomotive shop at North Anson. 571 and 572 are dedicated terminal switchers. They work at Mingwar Union Terminal, helping switch out Pineliner consists, helping switch out. In this version of Maine's World, we're gonna have. It would make sense for the Downeaster to have like either a northern section of the Downeaster, or for the Downeaster to just continue further north to link into our system, because we also offer commuter rail and Downeaster's a regional service. So, they'll help shift Amtrak trains around if need be. In We have one name train that we operate as kind of like a tourist train, to really promote our passenger service, and it helps with switching that around as well. After that, we roster 6 C430s, Alco units. We don't roster an awful lot of Alco prime mover units, and they mostly hang around the same kind of general area. Most of these are going to be based out of usually they're going to be based out of the yard in Palmyra, Sebasticook Yard, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, 3,000 horsepower units. They have high ad trucks, good little engines, good to keep around. The first three are the former Alco demos. The others are former New York Central units. We have 6 SD39s on the roster. These are the former Illinois Terminal units. These, for the most part, stay around the bigger yards. We use them as flat switching for moving a lot of the bigger cuts of locomotives around. Not locomotives, just big cuts of freight around the yard. They handle most of the heavy duty yard switching in the area. Um, we have 4 F units of various types. Those are assigned to the Flagstaff Flyer, which is our name train. Formerly the Lac-Meganic Limited, before Lac-Meganic became a crater. Um, and that's the big tourist train that we operate to kind of just bring some tourism to the area. We advertise that pretty heavily. We coordinate with a lot of local businesses, and it's just generally good for the area. Um, we own a pair of GP60s. These are former Tex-Mex GP60s that we got off of HLCX. Um, and then after that, we get into the commuter power, which is its own whole mess of fun stuff. So we have 6 GP39H-2s. Those were the original commuter power that we purchased. They're basically just rebuilt GP40s. You still have the 16-cylinder prime mover in it, but some of that horsepower is being used to turn a HEP generator for the commuter cars. After the Pineliner service started taking off, the Pineliner being our commuter service, we purchased an additional 14 units. These are also rebuilt off of GP40s, but the rebuild was a little bit more involved. Because of the lack of horsepower, the GP39 in adverse conditions can sometimes struggle with like a bigger train. And so we gave them GP40-2H rebuilds for the next 14 to bring us up to 20. And that gives us more HEP capacity, so we can run longer trains easier, and we don't have to worry at all about them on the grades. The Carrabassett is pretty cut and dry. We used to have a handful of GP30s that were in freight service. However, we pulled them out in 2014. They got a rebuild, just to basically just a life extension rebuild, nothing fancy. They kind of serve as reserve units for the Pineliner. Um, and the reason for that is, I mean, for starters, we already have 20 damn units for the Pineliner. If we're really suffering for Pineliner power, then we probably have bigger problems. Um, but we do have 3 GP30Es that are former CNO Jeep 30s. that are set aside for Pineliner reserve service. When these engines run with the Pineliner, they have to have a generator car with them because they are not equipped with HEP. So they have to have a dedicated car to give power to all the cars behind them. One thing that we do use these a lot for, since they're a bit more of a elegant locomotive, is for some things that we run through the Pine Liner that might get a little bit more attention. Like we run the move-in special with the University of Maine in Farmington, where we run a service. Parents can and kids can hop on our train, bring their stuff over to the college in Farmington, and we coordinate with that college to do the move in. So, when we're running that sort of train, we'll break the GP30s out because it just gives it a little bit more of a distinguished look, I suppose. Other than that, they don't come out to play nearly as much as the other more common Pineliner stuff. And then finally for the Pineliner, we have a single GP59H-3. This is one of the former EMD demo GP60s that got basically a top to bottom rebuild because it was a shop queen and kind of a piece of shit. Um, so we rebuilt it to GP59 specs. It has an eco engine in it. At least I believe it has an eco engine in it. I don't remember off the top of my head. Um, and we also rebuilt it with HEP. It was kind of just a test rebuild just to see if this was something that we might want to do in the future. We haven't built any more since, so it's probably going to end up being a one-off. But in the long distant future, when the GP39, GP40 start getting kind of clapped out, the GP59 will probably end up being the template for what we end up rebuilding further down the line when we need more passenger power. All right, getting out of those, we get to Jaden's favorite locomotive, the SD40-2F, the Bonds.
You damn right.
We roster 4 of those. That is as low as I could whittle those engines down
And I hate you for
before
it.
Jaden started getting mad at me. We originally bought 5. We've since retired 1. Um, but yeah, they're all right. The issue with them is they're such late production SD40s that they don't really have parts commonality with just about anything. And so if something goes wrong on them, they become extremely difficult units to fix. After that, we roster 5 GP40Xs because I collect them and for no other reason. Um, Right now, we have 2 former UP Jeep 40Xs, 2 former SP Jeep 40Xs, and a single former Southern Jeep 40X, which is the only one that doesn't have the HTB under it. Um, all of them have been rebuilt to GP40-3 specs. We didn't keep them with the 645F. We figured it was just too much trouble. It makes it a lot easier to work on those. Coming after that, we have SD40 T-2s. We have 6 of those. We have a whole mess of SD40-2s. We currently roster 44 of the things. So all told, between those two, we end up rostering 50. We have a total of 12 GP40-2s. We roster 18 EMD SD70s, standard cab. Interesting thing to note about these is that these are the only true new uh, locomotive power that the Carrabassett has ever bought. Everything else has either been rebuilt or just bought secondhand in general. So the first 8 of these were the only new engines ever ordered by the Carrabassett. And then the rest of the engines, 2008 to 2017, since this is in the 2000 number series, we bought some ex Conrail, former Norfolk Southern SD70s as well to boost those numbers up. We have 10 of those. I also lied about the GP35 being the oldest freight engine because we also roster 3 SD24s. So the SD24s are relics of the really, really old days of the Carrabassett. Because currently my headcanon is so the Carrabassett started in the early 80s, either 1980 proper or 1981. And around that time is when the SD24s were starting to kind of get retired in droves, and a lot of them ended up being cores in various rebuild programs. The Santa Fe had the SD26, Illinois Central Gulf had the SD20. Um, and so, with the 24s being retired in droves, the Carrabassett picked up a lot of them. We picked up, I think, I have it set as like 32 of them originally. And that was kind of just our main power when we were starting out, just because they're heavy and they pull like hell. Um, if not a little bit, troublesome to take care of, just accounting for the age. Um, we currently roster 3 of them now. The rest have slowly but surely been retired over the years. Those are 2216, 2222, and 2227. Yes, thank you. So I get interrupted by my brother.
Hi, brother.
He says hi, I'm
I
sure.
thought that was your cat.
Oh,
Ugh.
honestly, yes. Also, Ethan, I finally
Yep.
see what you're talking about burying this.
Yeah, and then you have to straighten them too.
Yep.
Brett might
Yep.
as well be a cat. Um. So after the 3 SD24s, so let me go back to those briefly. 2222 and 2227 are former CB&Q. SD24s, 2216 is a former Southern. After those 3, so those 3 all are based out of North Anson proper. They haul gravel trains on the Salon branch. Um, the SD24s are going to stick around basically as long as the old heads at North Anson are around to take care of them. When they retire, so too do the SD24s. Um, we have 5 SD60Ms after that, road freight. We have 8 former Bigelow M630Ws that we got. Those just look nice. I love those engines. Those are also a handful, part of the limited handful of Alco engines that we operate. Again, those tend to mostly stay on the southern end of the route, although the 630Ws being freight engines are able to venture further north a little bit more often. Um, After that, we have 8 SD40M-2s. Currently, I have those listed as being ex-leasers. I'm probably going to change that to being SD45s that we bought and later rebuilt. I think that just makes a little bit more sense. We have 12 SD45-2s. All of those are former Clinchfield engines that we got at various points in time. We have 8 M420Ws. We initially had 12. However, we've lost 4 of those. We lost 2 of those to a wreck with a fuel truck, which burned them to a crisp. And then the others have been sidelined due to either engine failure or engine fire.
You'll love to
We
see.
have 8 C30-S7 Super 7s. Those were bought pretty early on as U33Cs. And then when GE came about with the Super 7 rebuild program, we shipped those in and got them rebuilt as Super 7s. And those were the first, air quotes, new engines that we had, but they're not really new. But it's a good life extension program. Those serve us well. The Super 7s mostly tend to live on kind of ore trains or gravel trains because we have a lot of gravel quarries because that's me, um, and a lot of various mines that we serve. And so those kind of accumulate in the yards until they need to be taken somewhere. The gravel and other sorted stone just gets taken offline. However, some of the ores, like we have a lot of silver mines on the route. Um, the nicer ores get taken to a processing facility in Norwich Walk, where the cars are unloaded and all that material gets sorted through and processed. And so, since the Super Sevens have some pretty intense pulling power for what they are, we usually dedicate the those engines to those, although they do venture outside. After that, we have one oddball that I brought in from an outside fictional, and that is our SD77i. So that was rebuilt by a different fictional, the Carrabassett Valley. It was rebuilt from an SD75i core. Um, the engineering shop at Autumnville in Alabama rebuilt or built from scratch a new prime mover to go in it. I didn't feel like kit bashing the sound, so it just has 710 eco sounds in it. Um, but so they they shop built a custom prime mover for it. It's a more prolific rebuild on the railroad it came from, the Alabama and Southeastern. I think we're up to 30 or 50 of them now. But this is actually number two of those rebuilds. So after the first prototype basically ate shit and died while it was trying to lead a train up a grade, um, they really went back to the drawing board. And at the time, we were selling SD50s to the Carrabassett, and so all of the changes were put into the second locomotive. We tested it around the yard. Like, oh, it's fine. And so we sent the 77 up with the 50s. Yes. Sorry, I'm gonna have to take out the trash in a moment. But
Roger that.
so we ship it up with the 50s since the Carabas has some pretty intense grades and some pretty intense changes in elevation as well. One of the issues with the early 77 Prime Mover was that it wasn't aspirating properly, and so when it got into really thin air, it choked. Um, However, this one, with all the changes that went into it, performed a lot better. Um, and then we the Alabama Southeastern sent an engineering team up with it to kind of monitor it and test with it. And data from this engine, which at the time was just numbered 4751, uh, was or it might have been 4752. Uh, it was taken back and used to further improve that prime mover. Um, After that, they ended up selling the engine to us outright, and it's been running with us. It ran with that number 4752 for a little while. After that, I believe it was in 2019, we shipped the locomotive back to Alabama, where it got another experimental version of the prime mover, which took it from 4750 horsepower all the way up to 5000. It got a special paint scheme, and it was renumbered to 5000 at that time, and it's been running since 2021. After that, we have a whole mess of SD50 rebuilds. We have 10 SD50Ms. These are the former ANSE units that they got a rebuild just to give them a little bit more life, since the 645F again is kind of a garbage prime mover. And then we have 20 SD50-2s that we got off of CSX recently. The reason why we call the others the 50M is just to differentiate between the two rebuilds. They're effectively the same thing, but all of those 50s are in dedicated helper service. all 30 of them. We own one SD45X, and the logic behind owning that engine is just back in the earlier days of the railroad, we needed pulling power. The 45X can crank out 4,200 horsepower. So we picked it up. The engine itself hasn't run since I believe 2017, just because we decided, well, not because we decided, I decided that it was going to have issues. So right now it's sitting in the deadline at Northampton awaiting rebuild. Finishing up, we have 6 SD60s, former UP, 10 B39-8Es. Like the C430s, these handle a lot of like the heavier trains on the branch lines, a lot of the ore trains and such. And then rounding out, we have our two dedicated maintenance of way locomotives. We have 9430, which is a GP28. That is former Illinois Central. And 9600, which is a former CSX GP30M pumpkin. Total of 271 locomotives serve the railroad in various capacities. Let's see here. About the 60Ms are the Triclops or the regular two-window version. Those are Triclops. And I see Ethan beat me to it.
Might have to exit out of the route for a second and come back.
I'm about to say, what's going on with the terrain there, bud?
Well, I switched to 5-meter grid so I could get the, stuff in a little closer, and it just keeps doing this. I don't know why it's doing that. So I zoom out and it's fine. But I come in and I don't know. So we're gonna
Try again.
let's just come back out, because I switched it back to a 10-meter grid and it was still doing the same thing. So whatever I did, it did not like it.
Yeah, switching back to 10-meter grid is like a good way to confuse the shit out of the game.
Well, so I went from 10-meter to 5-meter, and I'm like, oh,
Oh yeah,
crap.
10-meter to 5 is fine, because
But then I went back to
is the
10-meter
default.
real quick just to see, like, what the fuck, and it's still doing
don't
that.
do that.
And then I'm like,
Don't,
right, so
don't go back.
we're gonna come back to this and just see what the hell's going on there.
Terrain laud, by the way.
Okay, so it's better now. All right. So just need to think about it for a little minute. It's like, all right, I don't know what I'm doing. Just need to come out here and just talk about it. We hugged it out. It's better. I have my 5-meter grid, so we're good. Gave him a Pepsi. They're good now. Thing is good. So is that the entire rosterism, or what's going on? Or are we still?
I mean, I don't think I could talk any longer about the fucking roster, dude. I'm about to die.
Roger that.
I
So
am one dehydrated bitch right now.
I'll get you some water.
I'm gonna go check out the garbage, and I will be back.
Roger that. We'll be here continuing on. Ethan, are you still with us?
Ethan just pinged us in the server and said he'll be gone for a bit.
Okay. I didn't get that because my thing. But anyways, you go take out your garbage. I'll hold down the fort. So the roster, as you can tell, is quite expansive, and as Sean put, it is necessary for the roster to be this way. Just going forward, a lot of fictionals I've noticed, and this is absolutely fine. If you do put some thought into it, and some people hey, they just want locomotives on their roster and it's cool, but others just they don't make a lot of sense. You wonder where they got that locomotive, or why do they still have this running around? And objectively speaking, we do have some locomotives. Why are we still running that? I love my my SD40-2Fs. I love my Barnes. They are pieces of shit. They are horrible locomotives. Just between parts commonality, I believe also underpowered, amongst other things. They're just they're not really great locomotives to have. But for the love of them, we did have the opportunity to pick them up, and going forward, I mean, they're not going to be in service forever. Um, we are going to be phasing them out in the next little bit, just because, well, again, they're not very good locomotives. I wouldn't say no reason to have them, but there's not really a good reason to have them. Again, just because of issues and commonality and just other things. It's just they're kind of, in a sense, maybe holding the railroad down. So going forward, we will have to reconsider them, and I know Sean and I have talked, and we have pretty much agreed to the fact that those trains will be not on the railroad for forever, and then that's fine. It's let me see. Just trying to find a good asphalt texture. I think I'll just go ahead and use the downtown asphalt texture that I use all the time. But Sean is very dedicated to rosters, and he's very dedicated to making the roster seem realistic in a sense, and trying to make sure that every locomotive we're grabbing has come from somewhere that makes sense. A lot of these locomotives that we run are just secondhand. These aren't locomotives that we picked up brand new. I think the only locomotives we ever picked up brand new were, and I don't know if he said it or not, but our SD70s. Like, those were the only locomotives we ever picked up that were brand spanking new. But that's it. That's all we picked up that was ever brand new. So just about everything else, we had to sit there and, well, Sean had to sit there and say, okay, where did this come from? We have so many different series of GP40s. We have so many different series of SD40s. I think we have ex-Milwaukee SD40s. We have too many for me to remember off the top of my head all in one go. I could actually look at the roster list here. Let me see. Yeah, so we have ex-Sioux line, ex-Milwaukee, ex-Milwaukee, then Sioux line. We have former BNSF, former UP, former BN that went to FURX. Then we have former Sioux that went to CP, and then we have just ex-UP SD40s. So he has sat there and looked at every single locomotive that we roster and thought about it in good detail too. Where did this come from? And that's kind of something similar that I do in the virtual airline community over on the flight sim. I run a virtual aircraft sale and leasing company, and a lot of the aircraft that I pick up are secondhand aircraft, and then I resale them in the virtual airline community. Just something for fun that people enjoy. It's just something we do. But I have to sit there and think about, okay, where did these planes come from? Okay, could I have realistically gotten my hands on them? Any Southern or high hoods in general? I think actually a couple of our GP35s are pretty much the only high hoods we have left. I think also as our GP30s, let me see here, Carrabassett. Yeah, so we do have some high hoods right here. We actually have a Operation Lifesaver. This is all in Phase 1. I don't know if I have any Phase 2.
They're NW high hoods though. They're not a.
Yeah, they're like they're Norfolk Western, and also I think they went to Guilford Rail System.
Yeah, I think so.
Do I not have any? I could have swore Sean had sent me. Oh, there it is. So I kind of prefer Phase 1 on the high hoods. Phase 2 just looks a little awkward. So, but these are like the only high hoods we have, which kind of sucks because I love me a high hood. But realistically speaking, just like having the SD40-2Fs, there's no real reason to have a high hood. Like, there just isn't at this point. So, Rashawn is very, very good at coming up with these rosters and such. So, but a little bit what's going on screen. So I'm sure for just about that entire process, you saw me struggling with this uh, crossing pad that we've drummed up here. So this is a trick that Ethan did up in, I think it's at Flagstaff Yard, and just taking this gravel path spline and trying to create something a little more, I guess, cohesive. It's a little awkward, but
Definitely on that angle, yeah. But I think you managed to do a really
I
good job.
say,
That's really clean.
I tried my best. Just considering we're on a grade here. I don't know how much is this grade, anyways.
Grade and an angle. I think it's
Yeah,
like
it's on a
1.5.
1.84% grade according to that. Of course, it can be different in game because you know how it is. It's also on a corner. So, um, but yeah,
It's
so
about the trick is get it.
but yeah, so you saw me struggling with that. Now we're just trying to add some asphalt to this parking lot, and that's also gonna be a little interesting too. Just trying to get like cars and shit into this parking lot, just because again we're on a grade, so it's gonna be a
The
little interesting.
Greyhound
Huh?
the Greyhound buses are gonna be really fun because like they're super long and
I don't
like part of them is gonna clip and part of them's gonna float.
I don't know if we're gonna do any Greyhound buses sitting here. We might. We'll wait and see.
I tried to get it level, but you know. Eh.
We'll wait and see how it works. Let me yawn first. But yeah, so this is just the station area for, and you can see it back there. That's Sugarloaf Ski Resort. Um, that's one of the biggest. Actually, I think it is the biggest ski resort in the state of Maine. Almost had a Pepsi. Gonna have to make a Pepsi run. Um, so this is a very huge tourist area, and for the longest time, we didn't really have a station that stopped here. So Sean was very big on trying to get a station here. I wasn't quite sure where or how. Originally, Sean wanted a track to go down and up to the lodge, which the lodge sits right about there-ish. So we'd have to come down the hill, cross the road, go back up the hill, or have this really fuck off huge embankment and then bridge, which just wouldn't work. So Ethan found this area, which honestly, kind of serves as like a nice little scenic vista. Like maybe I'll clear out a few trees and kind of give a nice view from the station towards the mountain. Although I mean, even
Yeah,
standing
that would
here,
actually be really neat.
yeah. So I might.
Hey, we're all back.
There we are. So yeah, I might clear out a few trees here and just kind of give a nice scenic vista from the station, so you can see the mountain, which is something else we're gonna have to consider going forward. Is how do we model that? It's not going to be in ultra detail, but it is close enough, and it can be seen from here.
I think if you've seen Cole's Gateway, how he just does the textures, I think that's probably the best of every world because
Yeah.
no lag, but there's still detail in there.
I was say it's
And
mostly going to be a
so,
lot of trees, and then just kind of. I mean, this time of year, especially if we're modeling in the fall, it's just going to be a lot of open paths that come down the mountain.
hmm
There's no really tall grass; 'cause it's all kind of padded down. They do kind of maintain it and such, so it's going to be
yeah,
open paths. But and I believe this is something we discussed. If we do model a winter version, it's basically trees with white lines. Um, there will be kind of just some generic buildings that will sit back there to represent like the hotel. Like I do have some European models that I think I'll just kind of fudge in for kind of the ski resort because I don't think it's worth modeling the ski
definitely not.
resort one for one. I mean, it'd be nice because this is a very well visited location, but I also doubt anyone who's playing trains has probably gone skiing at Sugarloaf. And if you have, hey,
Not
that's
only
cool.
that, but it's really far from the main line, so
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to model it. You know, I think for a cool detail, like, if we had anything like a ski lift line, that'd be kind of cool, but because there's only one of those at the resort, but again, it's just far enough away where, I don't know. But, alright, so parking, and then I'm gonna foliage this area. I have to grab some of what you put down. So Ethan, if you want to talk about some things that you're doing and going on in the world of trains, maybe
Can
some
I just take
um
one moment? Free the cheese. I don't know if this was answered already, but we
it
do not
was.
have X. Oh, it was. All right, my bad.
Yep.
All right, go on.
we didn't answer how we're doing, so you guys want to? go around the circle.
Oh yeah,
Who
how
wants
are
to
we doing?
talk first?
Honestly,
Um,
today was a
Um,
pretty good day.
pretty good day, yeah. My
uh,
Warriors lost, but I was kind of expecting.
oh, did Brooklyn ever beat the Celtics?
No, it's still 3-0.
Ugh. No,
They're
yesterday.
trash. No, they haven't won a single game this playoffs.
Oh, gross. I kind of hope someone will beat the
They're
Celtics.
gonna get swept, dude.
Oh,
I,
that's
I want
disappointing.
I too am hoping for the death of the Celtics, but it's not happening.
Well, now I'm sad again. Just death to
Yeah,
Boston
okay.
teams in general. My
All
day
right.
sucked. I was supposed to go to Texas Roadhouse with my brother, but yeah. Everyone felt like my plans needed to be changed for me, so kind of pissed off about that. So yeah, I'm kind of in a mood. And I'm like, man, I'm just gonna come home. I'm gonna have a decent evening, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to stream on the Carrabassett tonight.
Is it scheduled?
No, but I did mention I was going to, and then Sean's like, hey, we should do
Uh,
this, and I'm like, yeah, you're right.
I wanted to do one with him, and I DM'd him about it, and Jaden was like mid having all of his plans fucked, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe tonight. Yeah,
So
awesome.
briefly, as I kind of touched on the other day, I did quit my job at the airport, so I kind of had less free time to go do things. Um, and one thing I've been wanting to do for a while, because I was supposed to have a date there, and we all know how those go. I was supposed to go to Texas Roadhouse, and I'm like, you know what? Ain't nobody gonna break my stride. Whatever he says next, I forget the lyrics of that
ain't
song.
nobody gonna slow me down.
Yeah, ain't nothing gonna slow me down.
Have to
Oh,
keep on moving.
I got to keep on moving. Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go to Texas Roadhouse. But I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, hey, why don't I invite my little brother? Like, he's a good kid. Why don't I invite him along? So I'm like, all right. So I message him like, hey, or I give him a call. I'm like, hey, you wanna go to Texas Roadhouse tonight? He's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, all right. We'll invite invite Dad, and I'll call up our stepdad, and we can all go out. So I call my stepdad, and he's like, oh, why don't you guys like come up and we'll watch the Penguins game? And I'm like, I'm not really a Penguins fan. Like, I really just want to go to Texas Roadhouse, Ron. Like, this is the plans. Are you coming or not? Well, why don't you just change them and come here instead? No, it's not how this works. Um, I have plans and I'm going to do this. So either you're coming along or I'll see you later. So he's like, all right, fine, I'll come. I'm like, all right, cool. So his brother ended up repainting his van without his knowing with a spray can. So my stepdad was a little ticked off today because it looks like shit.
Was it a favor or was it a prank?
His brother likes to tinker with things, and he just saw like the paint was kind of fading a little bit, and it was kind of chipping on the top, and it's like a 91 Astro van. So like, yeah, the paint's chipping, the clear coat's kind of coming off. Like, it needs a paint job, but it honestly didn't look bad. But so he goes back to get his van, and his brother had taken a spray can to the top of it and like didn't tape up some like parts of the windows. Like, the windows kind of have some black spray over them. He tinkered with the radio. He ended up taking the radio out. So my stepdad's kind of fuming because his car looks like shit, and I have to agree, it looks like ass. So he kind of pissed. He kind of mad. I understand. So we grab my brother. We're on our way up to Texas Roadhouse. We're in his truck with a camper on the back of it at this point. And his nephew calls. And his nephew just had a child. And my stepdad hasn't met their newborn yet. So they say, like, hey, are you up at your camp? And my stepdad's like, oh, no, we're just heading to Texas Roadhouse. Like, oh, well, we're going to be stopping by if you want to say hello to the baby. And my stepdad's like, oh, well, I have to do that. I'm like, okay, fine, I'd be a dick if I said no. Plus, like, I'm not driving. Which is also another problem. I didn't want to be stuck in the truck with him. I wanted to drive with my brother, listen to some music, chit-chat for a little bit. Like, just kind of hoping he would just met us there. So we head all the way back to where he lives. And on the way up, my brother goes, I don't really know what I'm going to get at Texas Roadhouse. I'm like, well, why? And he goes, well, I just had it the other day. I'm like, Well, fuck, why didn't you tell me that? He goes, oh, well, I figured, you wanted Texas Roadhouse. I'm like, well, yeah, but if I would have known that, I would have just said, all right, I'll see you all later. I'll just go to Texas Roadhouse then. Like, I want a steak. I really want a steak. I cook good steaks. I don't feel like cooking today. I just don't. I don't really feel like cooking. So I'm going to go buy me a steak. And if I would have known you would have had it, I would have just said, all right, cool. I'll just catch up with you later. So my stepdad hears, he's like, oh, cool. We'll just go to a restaurant up by him called Woody's. And it's like, Woody's is a sports bar. It's loud. The food's kind of okay. Nothing really to write home about. I'm not really a fan. They do have steak on the menu, so I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just get a subpar steak, and we'll call it a night. So we get away to his house. He sees the baby. Whatever, they leave. And my brother's like, well, hey, why don't we get Lakeside? Lakeside is a gas station market that sits just adjacent to where my stepdad lives. Well, it's on the other side of the lake from where my stepdad lives. You can see it from where he's at. The food's just...
From a gas station?
Yeah, I mean, it is like a gas station market kind of dealio. Like, some of their food isn't bad. Like, the cold sandwiches are great, but anything else is just kind of eh. Their pizza's not bad. They do have
Is
good
it like
pizza.
Costco too?
No, it's like middle of nowhere, kind of like on the lake. It's like in a touristy area. Like, it's like a big gas station. It's like just a general store, so it's small. Like, you ever seen actually, it's right. Watch the stream real quick. You'll catch it in a few minutes, or like 30 seconds. I'm gonna go north of the yard. There's a gas station you plop down. It's an asset by Joe. It's kind of
I know exactly what you're talking about.
building minus the pumps. And
you
if
don't even have to show me.
I'll say if you if you elongated the building, it would kind of look like Lakeside. Just minus the pumps. The pumps are way off to the side. They serve food.
That's
you can buy
scary.
like supplies in there. You can get beer. They do have like a milkshake machine. You can get ice cream. Like, it's just a general store. And like I said, their cold sandwiches are great. But my stepdad's like, oh shit, I was gonna get a dirt texture while I was back up here. He didn't say that. That was what I said. But my stepdad's like, I don't really want Lakeside. I'll just wait and I'll just go to Roadhouse later. He's like, well, they have steak and cheese, and you want steaks. That's close enough. I'm like, sure. Yeah. I'm just annoyed at this point. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna argue. It is what it is at this point. I'll just get a fucking steak and cheese. My plans are already kind of ruined for the day. I don't really want to be here. Kind of sounding selfish at this point because, I'm the one who's, yeah. I'm the one who's sour, so now I'm the jerk. But anyways, so we get the steak and cheese. So when you order steak and cheese, it's normally steak, like maybe provolone or Swiss cheese, grilled onions, green peppers, and they kind of maybe warm the bun or toast it. This was literally a hoagie roll.
Philly cheesesteak shit.
Yeah, this is literally a hoagie roll, cold, didn't warm it up, didn't grill it. Steak, cheese, that's it.
That's yikes.
What kind of cheese? I forgot to ask this earlier.
I think it's like provolone.
All right, that's not too bad. Like if they hit you up with the fucking Kraft singles, then we
No, it's not the Kraft singles, but it's just provolone.
Then we right.
But the thing is, like,
I'll tell you what though.
Oh, go ahead.
Places like general stores in the middle of nowhere like that, they have the best ice cream. Like the ice cream sandwiches and stuff in like the little freezer. That stuff is so good. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Continue.
Usually speaking, like, it's not terrible. But, like, the roll was ginormous, so I'm, like, eating bread with a side of, like, steak and cheese. I'm like, okay, note to self, don't get the hot sandwich again. Because they have this one sandwich, it's called the Give Me Everything You Got, and you're literally getting everything they have. Like, you're getting every single meat they have on stock. I mean, you're just getting a shit ton of meat. You're getting like 3 different kinds of cheese and then a bunch of veggies. It is a massive sandwich. They do, like I said, it's a cold sandwich, so they do it right. But their hot sandwiches leave so much to be desired. So yeah, I just they watched their Penguins game. They invited me inside like 4 times. I'm like, I don't really want to watch the Penguins. I don't really care for like, sure it's my brother's team. Like if they're doing well, cool. If they're not doing well, like, oh darn. Not really a big deal to me. So, but it's like I don't really want to watch the Penguins. It's not my team. Y'all don't ever sit down and say, hey, let's go watch the Blackhawks. That's my team. I know you guys don't like the Hawks because it's my team. So I'm just going to go out here and I'm going to watch my NASCAR race and, yeah, call it a day. And that was that.
Gas station you that has the best wing I've ever tried.
What happened, Sean?
I mean, free the cheese of talking about a gas station with some killer wings.
Oh, yeah, like, I've been to some gas stations where, like, their food
Saber,
is
you're
great.
a fucking cat.
Saber,
Hi, buddy.
Saber is a cat. Where's my cat? Are you done being annoying? Oh, you're a cat. Okay. But like, there's a gas station near the airport that I go to like all the time called the Rusty Lantern. I call it the Rusty Trombone. Please don't Google that. But like, their food is fucking great. Their Italians are great. Their just everything about that place is great. Which actually, I should probably text the guy who works there and let him know I quit the job at the airport, so he's probably never gonna see me again.
Oof.
Yeah, John's a cool dude. I mean, I'll probably. Good.
Up until you go back to the airport.
I mean, if I go back to the airport, I'm going to be flying in, and I'm probably not going to go over to the Rusty Lantern while I'm at the airport. Um, but
Oh,
yeah, so just, I know it sounds stupid, and I'm probably overreacting, but I'm just annoyed, because every time I make plans, my family always has this huge knack of changing them on me. And then I get kind of pissed off because I went through the whole process of making the plans and, well, no one gave a shit. And they just changed it on me anyways. And it's like, well, thanks, guys. Thanks. Then they're always like, how come you never make plans with us? Well, because every time I fucking do, you guys are like, no, let's go do this. Oh, let's go do that.
It's your plans plus Jaden. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
like,
that.
no. I made my plans. Either you come along or I'll see you later. I don't think that's too hard of a concept. And I don't think I'm being terribly unreasonable.
Hey, why did you bite me? You little bitch.
Because you didn't conform to his plans.
Ow! Fuck!
Sable.
Claws out and everything? Get the fuck. Why are you sitting down there like you. Oh, I'm so cute. You can pet me. You're about to fucking swipe. Yeah. No, you're not getting pets now. Fuck you.
Okay. Sean's having a domestic with his cat.
As long
It
I'm gonna
happens,
stare at
yeah.
this computer and he's gonna stare at my feet and eventually bite them, and that's when he's gonna get punted across the room. But
You love to see it, folks. You love to see it. So, Ethan, now that we've gone through our days and talked about things.
Holy oh, right.
oh, the cat left. All right, we're fine.
So,
You want to talk about Bretling?
no, but sure. What is it? What is a bright line? Oh, is it that Florida shit?
Yeah.
Fuck Florida.
You don't?
David Mitchell asked us,
Yeah.
So what do y'all think about Brightline?
Well, it's a railroad.
Yeah,
They just built it.
it's fairly new.
They keep
Been
running
around
into
for a few
cars.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yep. You'd love to see it. I'd honestly go out there and watch a car get absolutely nailed by a train. If you were dumb enough to be in the way, you're dumb enough to get hit. And honestly, like, die. I mean, I don't really have too many thoughts about it. I don't really keep up with that kind of stuff. I'm a little fuming over the whole Pan Am CSX shit. But
So, personal thoughts for me. Brightline as a concept is actually pretty fucking kick-ass. You know, operations-wise, they leave a little bit to be desired in the whole not ramming cars dealio. They have the best-looking Chargers out of anyone that owns the Siemens Charger, just because they put a proper nose cone on it instead of the normal charger, which just looks like shit. Um, uh, but I mean, honestly, you want to know what my biggest fucking gripe with the Brightline is?
Hmm.
It's the fucking uniforms, bud.
Oh, they have uniforms?
They have uniforms, but they suck.
Uh-oh.
Like,
I say, do I
let's find.
want to know?
I can't remember if they got an actual polo or if it's just a t-shirt.
Oh, what? They're wearing t-shirts? What is this, like Casual Friday?
That shit, dude. Fuck wearing a suit. You're a train. You don't
I
need a
mean,
suit to be on a train.
on the contrary, if you're wearing a proper conductor's suit, you look distinguished as hell.
I'd fuck me if I wore a conductor suit.
Yeah, same. No one else will, but I would. Let's see if I can find this shit real quick. Because it's kind of fucking offensive, not gonna lie. Oh, where is it?
If you find the
Don't
photo,
bother
make sure to
to
link it in chat. Just because I can't flip between the two screens without having, like, confuse my OBS.
Saber, if you're gonna leave, then leave. If not, stop playing with the fucking door. Brightline, you
Like,
can't have a Polar Express. That's illegal.
Too late.
I'm surprised they didn't copyright that shit. Like,
Oh,
imagine how
I'm
much
sure they pay all sorts of fucking
they
licensing
licensed
bullshit.
Polar Express. That'd be genius.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they do. Warner Brothers does license it out, and the license rates are god awful, which is why no one does it. You see everyone just call it the North Pole Express like normal human beings. Just circumvent that whole business.
You love to see that as well.
They should copyright the word express.
If they
Yeah,
do that, I'm
I
gonna
can't.
ship bricks.
All right. So anyway, I can't find it, fortunately. But if I recall correctly, it's literally a T-shirt,
Well, that's
like
offensive.
as their standard uniform shirt. And
I mean, it is Florida. It's hot and like humid as hell.
all right, but you can still do better than a T-shirt.
He has a point.
Maybe. Maybe.
No, he has a point. Like, what do you think old Southerners did in, like, the old days? They toughed it out.
They put on that. As I said, they toughed it out. They put that wool coat on one sleeve at a time, just like everyone else.
They didn't sit there and wear a t-shirt. They went outside in their Sunday's finest. What's y'all's take on Pan Am CSX? I don't think we're going to talk about that because I will rage. I will rage quit. I'm already pissed
Jaden
about it.
fucking hates it.
That hit Jaden right in the feels.
Like,
Um,
it's
but
bad
yeah,
for Maine.
basically,
It's bad for Maine all day.
TLDR, CSX is going to do a huge amount for the physical plant of Pan Am because I'm sure if you're watching this channel, you're probably familiar with how shit Pan Am is as far as like operations go. You know, you got like 15-mile-an-hour slow orders out the yin yang because they can't take care of the track. They're going to do so much for the physical plant, but CSX's god awful customer service is going to run off so many customers that all those upgrades are going to go to complete waste. So
Yes, because that's
it's
basically
debatable
Pan
on how
Am.
much good it's going to end up really doing.
Like, I don't know how many paper mills they still service, but there are at least, I believe, two. Rumford and Sappy up in Fairfield or South Skowhegan. But, like, there are a ton of industries, including here in my hometown, that rely on Pan Am. It's a horrible reliance because, holy shit, you're relying on that. Like,
Better to rely on that than CSX, though.
I would rather rely on my ex-girlfriend than CSX.
Like, it's kind of just the case of, like, yes, you're going to be able to actually run trains at proper main. Like it's weird because, like, Maine is going to have proper main lines again.
Main lines.
But CSX's god awful customer service is going to mean that there's nothing to run on.
I say
Restore the main line and run nothing on it, and
this
then
is
abandon
just
it
a
in
case
15
of
years.
restore the main line, run jack shit on it, and then sell it to G&W.
Yikes.
And then I'm gonna have to look at G&W all day. If I want to go see a G&W, I just have to go up to like Oxford, Maine, and look at the old St. Lawrence and Atlantic. But all it's gonna take is CSX to go, where did the customers go? And they're gonna abandon it, and G&W is gonna go, some nice
The
tracks.
only hope for that whole dealio is gonna be if at the meeting here in a couple of days, the SDB chairman just looks them all the CEOs dead in the eye and just whacks their fucking dicks off.
Like, it's gonna take whoever's in charge of the state's, board, because I'm sure someone from the state has to be going up there.
Hang on. Let me just I have to disable my my noise suppression for a second. CSX is ending PSR.
Uh-oh. Okay, buddy. All right.
Ow.
We're on stream. Keep it down.
Fat fucking chance. But yeah, and unless Oberman like not only steps on their toes, but their everything else too, then there's just no chance.
Because I've been saying it from the get go, and it's some of the old timers up here who know about it have all said this is not good for the state. Because CSX will just absolutely just have nothing to. They're not going to. They can't customer service. It's like going up to a fucking. Shit, what's a good example?
It's like asking a Karen to be the manager.
Hold on. Train Fan 120 brings up an interesting point, and I have to make a comment about this. So CSX sold all those Dash 8s to Pan Am and bought them back. That's like CP selling all those SD40-2Fs only to buy them back. What is with railroads in Maine and that problem?
It's just the main thing. It's just the main.
I would say that is an interesting point to bring up. Is that both these
Maine,
railroads,
where the class ones buy back their fucking piece of shit locomotive.
like, it just. I have low hopes for how this is going to go. No matter what, I still think even if CSX just absolutely dicks over all the industry, I'm still going to see them regardless, because even if G&W were to come in and buy out most of the trackage up north, this would be a good connection for CSX to come in up to Rigby and interchange with them. So I think no matter what, I'm going to see CSX for the rest of eternity, which I hate because, well, I saw them out
Dude,
west.
how are you gonna feel when you see a G&W locomotive and it has a PA on it for Pan Am and it's G&W orange?
I will shoot you, because that's the other problem now, is like licensing for like airline collectibles through Pan Am was already a bitch, because again, Pan Am was an airline for those who don't know. But now that CSX owns that shit, we are never gonna be able to fucking see a Pan Am collectible at a decent price, because CSX is gonna absolutely rub their dicks all over that, because it's the same thing. All the rights and branding are owned by Pan American Railways, because they had stock in the fucking airline way back. So now that CSX owns that shit, good luck. Pisses me right the fuck off. Because we already see how they treat, everyone else who wants to, get licensing and make shit. It just pisses me off. I fucking hate the whole thing. So keyword, my thoughts on it. It sucks. It sucks for the state. It sucks for everyone involved. I don't like it. I never am going to like it. And there's my take on Pan Am CSX. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
All right, Jim. So, take the ladies and gentlemen through what you're doing right now.
So I am painting a parking lot. I'm just adding different. This is something that you guys have seen me do before. I'm just adding different layers of textures to this parking lot to give it a more kind of worn-out look. Because we're in northern Maine on the side of this mountain, and this station really only gets busy a few times or throughout a very specific time of the year. So in the summertime, there's not a lot going on. The station is still served because people do come up and hike the mountains and stuff, but it's not as busy as it normally is. So the station generally is quiet. And I'm assuming this parking lot, this station, I don't know if we own it or if the township owns it or who owns this station. because that's something I don't think we've ever talked to Sean about, or that we've ever discussed. Hold on, access to Canada. There's a reason why CSX is looking at Maine. No, let me get back to that real quick. Pan Am doesn't go to Canada. They don't leave the state. Um,
The only way you get to Canada through Pan Am is with interchange too.
yeah, say Pan
I think the
Am
St.
interchanges with now CP, I think,
Technically CP.
and then the New Brunswick Southern. Is that
It's one of that family of railroads. I know they interchange with one of them. There's like 3 railroads. They all paint the same paint scheme, but they're technically different.
yeah, I think it's either the New
Uh,
Brunswick Southern or the.
Maybe the Maine Northern. I don't know.
Hold on, let's see. Railroad map of Maine.
I think they interchange with St. Lawrence and Atlantic as well. But
Yeah, they interchange with them, and they can get there from here. But 2016 map of Maine.
the reason why they're looking at Pan Am isn't Maine. I'm gonna just go ahead and put it that way.
It's everywhere down in Massachusetts.
They get so much control of Massachusetts, which is a much better market for them. And in addition, you also just get a stranglehold on the Northeast.
So Pan Am north of. They go north out of Bangor, or they have tracks go north out of Bangor towards some town. I don't know what the fuck that is. It's outside Millinocket. But they interchange with EMRY, Eastern Maine Railway. And then
Yeah, that's
CMQR
the
comes
one.
across, and there's technical trackage for State of Maine owned down. Oh, that's the Down East Scenic. Never mind. And then there's Maine Department of Transportation, Maine Northern Railway, but that's with CMQR. So the only real connection to Canada is through the Eastern Maine Railway, which hooks up with the New Brunswick Southern via Holton. So, and then St. Lawrence Atlantic comes in, I think, via. It's that junction south of Auburn. I forget what that is, but yeah. So that's the railroad map. Just to look at it for a second. So, but yeah. So the whole purchase for Pan Am was purely for heading out of Selkirk into Massachusetts, through Massachusetts, and then Maine, unfortunately, just kind of gets lumped in with that. And I don't know if that's something CSX wants to continue to keep service or whatever. Probably should have lights through here. Yeah, there's a lot to worry about because I care deeply about my state. This is home. So, not sure what's going to happen. Not sure at all. But in terms of what's going on screen, like I said, I'm just mixing together a few different asphalt textures to kind of give, like I said, a more weathered look. Now I'm coming in and I'm trying to find a section of Ethan's foliage to kind of copy and paste, although I might do an area closer to the station down here because you had a.
So, if you mind, like, kind of what's your vision for that area?
So that area, if I recall correctly, was kind of similar to what's going on down here in the Carrabassett Valley by the airport. Oh, hello, Toby. That was a big old meow. Why that meow? Why so big? Why are you so meowy today? Why suddenly? Like any other day of the week, you don't meow at me so much. I ain't getting up, so forget it. Although, actually, he might want me to go fill the sink. What? What? Alright. I might take a quick break, go fill his sink, so he can shut the fuck up. I'll come back, I'll talk about my plan. If you guys want to keep chatting and entertaining the chat for a few minutes.
I think I can handle that. So I went to the store earlier and I picked me up some cherry juice. I wanted cherry syrup, but I got juice. And so I'm gonna pop that bad boy open. Oh, that was satisfying.
I'm just curious.
Hmm?
How the fuck do they juice cherry?
Presumably by getting a whole bunch of them together and mashing the shit out of it, and then filtering off the pulp. That would be my guess.
But like, hmm,
Anyway, I'm gonna try and make a cherry coke with it, and I'm gonna see just how that ends up turning out. So I got one
and you have to
just
taste them.
tart cherry, 100% red tart cherry juice from concentrate, no added sugar. This is the no added sugar part worries me because I know usually these things are made with like a syrup.
Fuck it, we're here for a good time, not a long.
Yeah. All right. Fuck it. All right. We got some cherry juice in here. It do taste like it doesn't like taste like a caricature of cherry like syrup does. It just tastes like cherry. Here, let's mix this bad boy here. The Coke is foaming pink, which is a good sign, I think. I hope. That just a little mix. I poured the Coke onto the cherry, so it should have mixed pretty well, but I'm gonna stir it just a little anyway. Yeah, let's try it. Let's see what we got. Didn't put enough cherry juice in it.
ASMR. Sean taste test cherry juice.
Sean making cherry Coke ASMR 2022. Alright, sorry, let me catch up with the shit. Talking about CFX and all that. Rob's looking pretty nice, thank you. Uh, Cherries are nasty. I'm sorry you feel that way, but you're wrong.
The ice cream sundae, I'm gonna have to dig in on that shit
Yeah, I have to agree. Sunday cherries are honestly the best.
for real.
I believe these are pitted cherries that were used to make this. They don't have quite that kind of same flavor, but let's try.
These are That's a hot take and a half. Like, they're
It's
definitely not a go-to, but like they're kind of like that the guy that comes off the bench and gives you 10 points, but like it's a really exciting 10 point, you know?
yeah, yeah, I feel you. All right, so I'm not gonna lie. My cherry juice of choice for this is really not ideal, and this doesn't fucking work at all. So yeah, this was a failed experiment.
What'd you do?
Looks all right.
So while you were gone, I entertained the chat by I bought some cherry juice while I was at the store earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided that I wanted to make myself a cherry Coke.
Okay.
The problem is the cherry juice isn't really the right thing for this, so it's kind of bad. Not gonna lie. I mean, it's not bad, but
Not a big fan of cherries.
you
Another hot.
too.
Yeah,
There's another guy in
Another hot
chat.
take that is also wrong.
no, it's correct. Cherries just, I don't know, they just don't really do it for me.
I already said this in chat. I'll give you the basketball analogy. All right, it's like that one guy who comes off the bench and gives you 10 points, but that 10 points is like really exciting and it gets the whole team going, you know?
Yeah.
Because like that's what it does in Sundays. Then how is it bad? It's a very valuable player to have on your bench.
Mm.
Yet you agree with me, yet you disagree with me.
Train
So
Fem 120 is absolutely right. Grape flavoring is fucking disgusting, and I will die
what?
on a
No,
hill.
Yeah,
no,
no,
no.
so I had a grape flavored Sunkist recently. My aunt loves grape, and like, I didn't want to insult her and be like, nah, I'm okay, but like, she could clearly tell it wasn't my favorite. I neglected to buy Pepsi before I showed up to her house for supper. And yeah, I wasn't in love with it. I'm like,
The only remotely acceptable artificial grape thing I think I've ever had is a Grapico. Honestly, Grapico
I,
kind of fucks, but only on special occasions. You can't if you have that too often, you will get sick of it.
wait, I should probably save.
you guys just have PTSD from medicine. This is a hella hot take, but my the best executed flavors in my opinion are green apple and grape.
So like grape, green apple, watermelon, Jolly Ranchers, I will fuck those all day long.
Then you like grape flavor.
I don't like grape soda flavor.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I thought we were just talking about grape as a flavor in general. And okay, that
I'm
makes
talking
more
about
sense.
it as a flavor in general. I'm not really a huge fan of grape flavored candies either, but uh
Like high chews, I don't know if y'all have that over there, but like grape and green apple are the best fucking flavors.
So I'm gonna go back to cherry real quick. So I had a cherry Pepsi once because my dad fucked up and bought the wrong Pepsi, which, like whatever, it is what it is. And I tried it, like, it was okay. I was surprised that it was okay. But yeah, I'm never gonna go out of my way to drink that. Like, if
Raspberry.
it was the only thing, I might consider it. But other than that, yeah, I don't really have any love for grape or cherry or in terms of soda. Like in terms of soda, like most cherry flavored things, I don't care for.
yeah, and that's fair. I've gotten cherry cokes from two places. One being the fuck, what's the fucking place called? It's up in Frostburg. When I went up that way, I went to a cafe over there and they hand make cherry cokes. And then the Waffle House near me also hand makes cherry cokes. They have their cherry syrup that they add, and that shit is fire. So I'll go there for a cherry coke. Whatever the fuck this abomination that's sitting on my desk is, however, that's a no go.
Bit rough.
Yeah, just
Now we want to talk good flavorings though. Anything citrus, all of them slap. Uh, Orange,
Nah.
lemon, lime, fuck yeah.
like a Sprite
Uh,
or like. Okay,
Okay,
here's
like
another
or
take real quick.
okay.
Sierra Mist, no. Sprite, yes.
I'm not
Love me some Sprite. I do not like Sierra Mist.
I'm not big into carbonated drinks at all, so I have no opinion. Uh, one thing I will say about what the citrus flavors. What are your
mhm.
favorite Starbursts? Because you can't.
Oh,
Usually, I like the orange.
What
orange
the
or yellow.
fuck?
Yeah, no, I like the
What
orange.
the
I like the
fuck?
yellow.
No, that is
Yes.
so wrong, dude.
See,
Those are the
you can't
worst.
accept. No, you can't accept that they're good.
No, they taste like cancer, bro.
No,
All
that's
right,
fine.
and then
I will die
we're
a
gonna
happy
slide.
death.
Yeah, we're gonna slide right on down to blue raspberry as well, because anything raspberry fucks.
No, 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 no,
What?
no.
That's like kind of an exotic flavor for like I don't
I don't really
have a
fuck
That's an
lot
with
of
it.
exotic
raspberry.
It's
flavor.
like going to Brazil and getting a flavor.
Damn.
You went to Brazil. Yeah, no, I don't think blue raspberry. I don't really care for it.
Pink and red are the best Starburst, though. I can't believe you guys.
No, red's just. I don't really care
Pink?
for red.
No.
No, and pink is. I don't
Get the
care.
fuck
Yeah,
out of here.
pink is
Pink
not.
Get
melts
the
No,
in your
fuck out of
fucking
here.
mouth,
Pink?
dude.
No, no, no,
we're not paying you
no.
for the
Get the fuck out
Carrabassett
of here.
anymore. You're off the team.
You're fired.
How did he get fired? He liked the pink starburst. Oh, respectable. Have a great day.
Understandable.
Guys.
We're
The
gonna just
fucking
kneecap
the
the
nerve.
entire railroad in the
The
name of
nerve.
dying on this Starburst Hill.
Oh yeah, no,
Because
this is.
holy shit.
We are. This hill is now Starburst Hill, and I am going to put a cemetery right there for Sean and I, because we will die on this mound.
Oh my god.
They
the
suck.
nerve.
It's the literally, in my best incorrect opinion, they is the worst Starburst.
Yes, you're. I mean, you're just right.
I know I'm right because
Yellow, like it goes like orange, yellow, red, and then pink. All right, like
What the fuck, dude? I really feel like you guys are just trolling me,
no,
dude.
dude,
Like,
I have had this
oh
opinion forever.
yeah, who the fuck likes pink starburst other than you?
Like, what is wrong with
all
you?
my
Is
friends like
that like
pink
living in?
Starburst.
Oh,
Is this like
that's.
a West Coast thing?
I guess
Is this a
so. Is that
West
why the
Coast
West
thing?
Coast sucks? That we
Yeah, it's
figured it
just a
out.
fucking California thing.
I'm
You
gonna
wake
text
up
you.
in the fucking hospital ward after being born, and they're like, "Hey, welcome to California. You're gonna be a normal human being, except you like pink starburst. I'm sorry about that, buddy. It's just the way things are here."
Like,
All right.
I don't
I
know.
asked Jeff. I'm not sure. You guys probably don't give a shit about Jeff. Yeah.
Eh.
He is a West Coaster, so
Yes,
Yeah, we
we
are
we
well
will
aware.
ask. We will ask.
I know. I
All
know. I'm
right.
just saying.
You
I'm
know
just
what?
giving you
I'm
my.
gonna reach out. I'm gonna get some opinions a little bit further north on the West Coast. Let's. Well, I don't know. Mike's
You
native
asking Cole?
California, but I'm gonna ask Cole and I'll ask Mike.
What the fuck? No,
What did he say? They
no.
suck?
He says yellow, bruh.
Yeah. See, look, Jeff is
Yes.
correct,
See.
My world is crumbling around.
and that is fine.
All right. I've asked Mike. Let me find Cole.
I'm gonna at here the entire control point simply.
Jesus Christ.
I want to.
I don't feel like
It'd
it's
be
gonna go
funny.
well.
All right. The messages have been sent.
It'll be funny.
Chris is saying the pink starburst is the best starburst, and I'm
It's
sorry,
not an
sir,
at
but you're
everyone though.
fucking
It's an
wrong.
at here.
Yeah, no, Chris can. He's
No.
banned. Yep.
You can fuck right off of that opinion.
Yeah, that opinion is wrong. Try again.
Ah, shit.
So I'm not gonna overload this parking lot. Because again,
I have another friend that's actually native California. Let me ask her as well.
is she hot Norwegian and single?
No.
Hmm.
She is neither tall nor Norwegian.
What about single?
I don't know.
Find
I
out.
genuinely do not know with her. I've never, like, as far as personal life goes, I know basically nothing about that aspect. Like, honestly, I'm 95% convinced she's asexual.
Hmm.
And, like, just doesn't experience, or even aromantic, and just doesn't experience any form of attraction, but I don't know.
Maybe that's just how my love life goes at this point.
I don't get it, man.
I'm not
Oh,
aromantic, but my love life is.
which Skittles are the? Oh man, yellow Skittles, the orange Skittles.
Personally, I just like sour Skittles.
Sour Skittles.
Sour Skittles,
Honestly,
fuck.
the green ones are pretty good. I kind of like the. Are they purple or like brown? Those are grape flavor, right?
I think it's purple. I don't
Or
think it's a brown. Actually, so
like an
I
ugly
do have a
purple,
cavity, so I haven't really had Skittles in a long time.
Mm.
So I really don't know what Skittles are up to these days.
Honestly, yeah, I still stick with like red, green, purple.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
all
fair.
like
That's a fair assumption. I think Skittles just altogether has a different flavor. See, if I'm getting candy, my personal candy of choice, I get a chocolate bar called a Fast Break.
Okay.
I love.
never heard of it.
Oh, dude, they're fucking
Um,
great.
Is it
I've
like
never
is it
heard of
like
that one
Carl's
myself.
Jr. and
Oh,
Hardee's where
dude, they're fucking great. It's a Reese's. It's from Reese's, but
Okay, so it's like diet Reese's. Okay.
no. Go look it up. It's a candy bar. It's really fucking good. Like you have to
Let me
try
add
one.
this to my bright line train uniform search. All right. Let's see. What do you say? Fast break.
Yep, fast break.
All right.
Fast
Yeah.
break.
Hey, howdy, Mal.
What the fuck?
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. That. You
Isn't
know
that
what?
like?
That's like the Snickers of Reese's.
Yeah, and
All
they're
right.
fucking good though.
All right. You know what? As a Reese or a Snickers peanut butter square enjoyer, I can see why you like this.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's like I can't even describe it. It's so great. Like it honestly is just a good candy bar.
Dilly dilly. Can't fault you.
And like anyone who wants to argue with me, I will throw hands.
No one is responding to me over my urgent fucking Starburst question. And I'm kind of upset about it.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Uh
I
oh.
don't care anymore.
Yeah, he's going
At
off the
here.
deep end, folks.
At here.
Yeah, this bus is
Yellow.
like popping a wheelie right now.
First.
We're two willing it, bud.
Pink.
I just wish I could like rotate it like a little. Like I wish I had more customization over the roll. I mean, I feel like unless you're looking really close at it, you probably aren't gonna notice. But I don't know. Maybe I just shouldn't put a bus here.
All right, all right. Actually, no, I should do it in calls maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Or I could
Mm.
just like park the buses over here.
We should have like a bus lane. Or...
Ooh, actually, this could work.
David, is anyone looking forward to the bright line? I mean, that doesn't affect me at all, so I'm
Yeah, I was gonna
think
say
it's
like
cool.
I think you're asking the wrong group of people because one lives in California, one lives in Alabama, one lives in Maine. So the bright line really just doesn't have any effect on me.
The bright line only really starts having an effect on me if it starts helping out the Gulf Coast route that Amtrak's currently trying to ram down CSX and NS's throats. And, good fucking riddance to CSX and
did.
NS for trying to
Hold up.
cock block them for this long.
I'm
So
about to mention 177 plus people. Are you
Oh
sure?
God, I would have be very careful.
bright
I
line to
don't think so.
Calera, fuck off, Mal.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not
Please
doing
no.
it. I'm posting out. I can't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I'd honestly kill you at that point.
Time to add everyone in fucking Trains Forge.
Oh,
I'm not adding everyone. I'm adding here, which is different, but
Which
still.
is still potent.
I wish there was like a tier below that like pinged maybe I don't know 70 people instead.
70 random ass people.
I was like,
At
no,
just ping at somebody.
somebody find me.
Somebody once told me.
I'm gonna do an impulse cluster.
God damn it, Scott.
All right, this is fair.
hey, it's Scott. He's looking at my stream. Shit. This never happens. At least I don't think, anyways.
Holy shit. The guy.
Ping Madsen AL.
Oh no!
Oh, everyone can see that. How many? Yeah, if I at everyone in
That would
here,
be hilarious.
No.
how many people would that ping?
Sean, don't do it.
Does it always?
I'm pretty sure
prompt
it
you with
gives
the
you a
RE?
warning if it's over a certain threshold, and since I'm
Oh,
pretty sure the whole server can see that.
all right. No, I don't like some of the people in here, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a few bus
Oh, I'm
parking
scared.
spots out here.
I'm not gonna lie.
Probably put like 2 more.
Ping all the approaches.
Ping all the people that have I waste my time doing this for the opinion.
And so we had a great food conversation, but you never got to like what's your vision for this area?
We've diverged so far.
It's pretty incredible.
Like, give me 1 second. I just gotta check on something.
Right.
Someone messaged me. Oh, I am. Okay. I scratched my neck and I'm bleeding. All right, that's cool. I'm gonna go.
Well
I'm
played.
gonna go deal with that. Maybe something that happened while I was drunk at one point. So I'll be back in 20 seconds.
I'm also
Alrighty.
gonna take a second and dump this shit down the sink because this cherry coke did not turn out well at all. So
Oh
I'll be
God, you're
back.
leaving me alone. Shit. Okay. So
You can just bail the fuck out too. We're taking a sabbatical, boys.
all
We'll
right,
be
all
back in
right.
a few.
We'll be back in a few.
All right.
Are we back?
Yeah, we should be back at this point.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, sorry. I just my neck itched and I
We'll be
itched it, and
back.
yeah, that was not cool. I did not enjoy that.
Taking like blood thinners or something.
I don't really know. I think I might have had like a I don't know at this point. I really don't. Many things happen on my
Disgusting.
drunken escapades. So
Ah.
my drunk escapades.
What I laugh at that.
Say it's kind of a dick move.
All right.
Anyways, so what were we talking about before I started bleeding?
I wanted to know your vision for this area.
So right now, kind of due to the nearby area, with the ski resort just up the way, I do want the ability for buses to park here because it is kind of a long walk. But considering there's a lot of people with ski equipment, and ski equipment is very bulky, a conventional bus really wouldn't work. So, despite the short distance, I imagine some coach-style buses would be pulling up here in some capacity. Or even just excursions, even into the area, down wherever nearby, because there are plenty of opportunities to go whitewater rafting or on river floats and stuff like that, or hiking. So there are things to do up this way, and go camping. So I imagine, there will be some buses that do service the area. And I just want to give them the ability to have areas to park, um, for the ski resort, and whatnot. So I'm just kind of putting in some dedicated bus areas. It's also kind of a way to cheat the awkwardness of the terrain to where the buses don't look so weird. Like, this
Yeah.
looks fine. So it's kind of my way of dealing with the awkward terrain. Plus, it also just keeps the front of the station free and clean. There's nothing blocking it, like, per se, a bus. So I'm just kind of putting in these decals and road textures that kind of signify the bus lanes and stuff like that for them to park. There's only going to be 4, so that will be it. And yeah, that's just kind of what I'm envisioning going forward. Just like I said, something to keep that area open and clean.
Are you thinking about doing like kind of a lot of tree cover, or are you gonna keep it pretty open?
So I'm thinking probably I do want to have like a scenic vista in front of the station, looking at the mountain. So I'm thinking probably from this tree, probably to that other pine tree right there. I might just kind of thin out, not all the way down, but just enough in front of the station to kind of allow people to look towards the mountain. So to kind of give it that nice view. Because again, I think it would be, I guess you'd be running a ski train. That's kind
Yeah.
of something
Totally.
Sean would be deciding. I don't really know what he plans, but just considering this is a ski stop, and that's what this station is servicing, it would be very likely that people are coming up here to ski.
Hmm. Are you gonna add like any kind of like auxiliary buildings, like maybe not gift shops, but like a like a miniature village right here, or is it just gonna be strictly like the station?
Um, hold on one second.
I mean, as big as the building is, honestly, uh, I honestly think you could probably house a gift shop within the building.
I'd say there's
The same
Well,
probably
you could
building.
do
a
it.
small gift shop here. I'm imagining this is probably just like woods right here. Um, might be. I don't know. There probably wouldn't be a whole lot up this way. Um, there might be like a house or two that live along this road because it's kind of a big road. So I imagine there's probably like a house or two or like a ski lodge or two. Um, people who like they wanted to like get a little like chalet and stuff like that. But this would be where like the cheap prices are, so they're able to kind of get one at a very nice, inexpensive price. Um, so there might be a couple of buildings here just along the way up, but other than that, nothing really too fancy. This is probably just the access road purely. Like I'm really debating whether or not I want like cottages along this road in any capacity. Because also the other thing too is the old Bigelow Station for the Sandy River Range Lake sits right here, and there's a trail that follows the old right of way. Um, I don't think there's too many houses that sit along it, um, or just in that area anyways. So I don't really know what I want to do with this yet. I do want to start working in some foliage and maybe putting some like maybe messing around with some of those cliff faces right here in particular. I don't know, just because this is kind of a cut of some sort. Seeing what I can do. I am kind of experimenting and seeing how I can blend my style with your style. Um, so so yeah, this is kind of my first attempt into blending those two in those two styles together. So
So far, so good. I like it. Mm,
so I just got to go back and I'm probably gonna take a section of your trees and just kind of plop it in
yeah.
because this is kind of what I'm imagining. The area is kind of starting to transition between this and some heavy pines. There are sections where there are heavy pines. Um, so I'm just kind of I don't know. I'm just kind of looking at this point and seeing what do I do. But
Mm,
I'm also kind of coming back here and seeing like, well, what did you do? And what I'm kind of noticing is like you put a lot of kind of thick tree kind of coverage right up alongside the main line. But kind of as you get away, there are kind of
yeah.
like little sparse gaps in the trees. But when you come down to like this level, or even just driving by, um, you can't really tell. So I'm kind of getting an idea of what you've done. Um,
Yeah.
and feel free to critique me as I go because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I got you.
Because I
I'll
think your
give you
style
some
and my
tips.
style do differ in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So, um, but
I
I
mean, really, all it is like kind of different palettes. Like if you go to Chain of Ponds, you don't have to, but there's a pretty big discrepancy between my trees and your trees. But like if we use the same palettes, I think
yeah, and
they
that's
will
something I was
blend.
noticing
Mm,
yesterday when I hopped on was like I kind of took a gander at Chain and I was noticing like you could tell where my trees were and you could tell where your trees were and I'm like okay, so that's something I'm gonna have to kind of come back in and change is like because I do prefer your trees and especially because we're kind of going with this fall look for the time being. Um, so I need to change my trees over and stuff like that. Sorry, just taking a glance at the chat. Um, so yeah, so I think something like this, maybe with like some more kind of the these 3D pines just kind of up along against the parking lot is kind of what I want to go for. Even after the stream, I might come back and work on this a little more, just to kind of see what the fuck I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I should have. What I wanted to do earlier is kind of come on and start messing around, but I called Vaughn instead, which I shouldn't have. Yeah, I know. I was sitting there. I'm like, oh, I should Carrabassett. And then I was staring at the screen. I'm like, fuck that. And then I went on the call Vaughn. I'm like, God damn it, Jaden. This is why nothing's getting done. So yeah. So I should have come on. I didn't. My bad. Did I make that 5-meter grid? I think I did. Why is that highlighted in green?
Honestly, you can just paste it over the tracks and then just get a smaller.
Yeah,
because it is kind of just.
That's kind of what I'm doing at this point. Is just kind of pasting over the tracks. I'll just come back in and change the textures when I need to.
Oh right, the stream's a little.
Yeah.
What is...
Oh yeah. So. Yeah, you'll see it in a second once I get there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something I do. I do. Because I'll come in and just kind of clear out the right of way when I need to, and then just kind of adjust the trees and fill in some of the gaps with just single placements. I don't know if I want trees like exactly right up on the right of way. Do want a little bit of clearance. Now, because it's a station, I imagine no one's going to be getting out and hand throwing a switch. This will turn into an automatic, so I assume I will need a signal here for that.
Oh, really? I was thinking about doing... because it's pretty seldom used.
Well, it's seldom used, yes, but I don't know. I feel better having an automatic.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean, your thoughts?
Sorry, I was zoned the fuck out for a bit. What?
You know what? Dilly. So here at the station, these are hand throws.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of going to automatics, which I believe would constitute a signal.
I mean, you need to have a signal anyway, technically speaking.
Okay.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I thought hand throws didn't warrant a signal.
It's still a good idea to have them. I believe they still constitute a signal. I'm not well versed enough with signalage to know, but I mean,
there are dark sightings elsewhere.
I say that was something I remember Logan saying. Was like he kind of took a run through with me one day, and I know like at my sightings I needed a signal with the automatics, but I think he said I was fine on the hand throws. I mean, I can always ask him, but I'm just wondering if the station, though it is not used all the time year round, would it warrant an automatic for the time of year where it is used? And I mean, it still does see service in the summer, but not a ton.
Yeah.
What would you think?
I was thinking, like, when I placed the hand throw down, I just assumed like maybe a switchman would come up from where's your crew base? Probably Flagstaff, right, or something like mechanic.
Yeah, it would be Flagstaff. I mean, because the guy coming down from mechanic's gonna have to go through the border checkpoint. So that's gonna be a whole chore.
Yeah, so from Flagstaff, not that far at all.
I mean, realistically, you could have a station attendant.
Yeah, that too. And then they just flip it before the train comes in. Flip it out.
I don't know if it'd be worth having a station attendant though. Again, that's kind of more Sean's dealio. Kind of logistic sides of the railroad. So I just figured it automatic because that's kind of what we've done with the rest of the railroad, is kind of lean more towards the automatics.
Yeah, if it's off the main line, I would say go automatic.
Yeah,
especially for something that's going to be handling passengers, it's just a good idea to be able to dispatch that shit.
Okay.
And then I mean, if I remember correctly, most automatics should have a way to hand throw anyway if you really need to.
Yeah, they can always override it.
So, just we can use that in the off season. So like if we have like say an MOW crew in the area, they can store shit on the station siding on the off season.
Okay.
We could just what like have a switch indicator.
Yeah.
Um, we could. I'm gonna put a signal in.
Especially because it's on a fucking corner as well.
Yeah, I guess. But
Uh,
then you'd have to upgrade the signals,
well,
the
the nice part is this one's
sending
already
signal.
set up for. Um, I mean, technically speaking, this one's for the siding that's up the way.
What if you made it a dwarf? Because
They prefer the
that would
term short
be.
signals.
What if you made it a midget?
Wow. Racist. Um,
See, that's an
that's
intermediate
probably not going to
signal
work
for.
because snow.
All right.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and also like the Carrabassett gets the most snow of just about anywhere in Maine,
Yeah, this is like the snowiest part of Maine.
Right.
which is extra fucking fun.
So I'll have to just do a standard, you know.
I think, yeah.
Are there like I don't live in snowy territory, but like when you go up in the mountains here, there's like kind of like poles with like little reflective tape on them that like shows where the road is and stuff when
Oh
it's
yeah.
snowed out. Is there like a spline like that in the train? 'Cause that'd
I
be
don't
really good to
Probably
think
not, but that
so.
wouldn't be hard to make.
I would say it would just. I wish I could turn these
easy.
signal heads a little bit. I'd like to kind of point that more that way.
Those are intermediate. You have to use the.
Wait, this is an intermediate.
Hmm.
Oh well, fuck my life.
No, that's not
What's LD?
left diverging.
Oh.
So you see like the green and blue thing? Just click that twice, or click it once in the prompt, in the properties.
Yeah. Yeah, just the which way the. Yeah, there it is.
Oh right, it's fucking lagging. Not lagging, but
Stream delay.
Oh.
there's a delay.
So what's RD and LD? I don't really understand what that means.
Right diverging, left diverging.
Okay. All right.
That's just kind of like how it's default set up. You can change it in the properties,
Yeah.
obviously.
So it didn't matter if I
Like,
put the other one down.
that's correct. And then probably make that approach lit and
Yeah, I'm gonna approach lit it.
restrict them too.
Restricting.
So that's 15 miles per hour or less into the siding.
Limited speed diverging route.
No, limited is 45.
Show advanced approach aspect. Approach lit.
You don't. Do you need a advanced approach?
I don't think so.
You might need a bigger signal head because then there's also the siding
Just up the way.
that's the next. Yeah,
Alright, so I should go to a 3-headed signal.
I don't know yet. I can always figure that out later.
I don't know what's going on anymore. Alright,
Here you see 3 people that know fuck all about signals trying to figure out signals.
I say, I have this one, but it's for an interlocking. The only other thing I can think of is halfway between this and the next one, just put a, cause I mean, it's still quite a ways away. I think it's about a mile. So once we leave the siding, I could always throw in probably one about here saying what's going to happen up ahead.
Maybe.
That's the only other thing I could think of, just because they're all kind of close to each other.
I don't think this even has a signal yet. No.
Nope.
Boopity. Alright. Alright, so should the sightings be 15, 30, or 45?
Um,
Considering how short this particular siding is and the fact that it's a station, that's a 15 tops.
Yeah, that's
Send a
for
signal
sure a
before the
15, but I'm
one
talking
at the
about
switch
the
will be 1 or 2 headed signals. closest, which would be 2 or 3.
The one a little south there. See what the chat says. Really, the signal before.
Yeah.
One,
I say that's
Yeah,
something I've known
just
for a
read through it.
while, just through Logan and shit. So I'm gonna put one. Oh, get back here. So what I'm probably gonna do is put that one there, and I'm gonna probably put one on the left over here for the siding. I just wish I could fucking. Let me see. Actually, I'm gonna move it back just a hair. Excuse me, I was moving you. Can you come back, please? No.
Also,
The fuck.
another thing you can do is just put a three-headed signal there, and if the top head never gets used, or if one of the heads never gets used, it's supposed to be a two-headed signal.
Oh.
Like, basically, you just check out all the combinations. That's how I did all the signaling for Flagstaff.
See, at one point, I wanted Logan to get in here and do all the signaling. Because he is quite knowledgeable with his signalage. Yeah. So, I don't know. What I might do is I might just leave that a two-headed signal. And then I'll just put a distant, just a little ways down the way from here. Because about halfway between these two, that's well over a mile. So I could throw another signal comfortably. Even though we're technically doing a 2-mile standard.
I'll be right back.
10-4.
Yeah.
Even though we're doing a 2-mile standard, I could comfortably put one right down here. And it'd still be absolutely fine. I think in this circumstance, it would be okay. Generally speaking, I would try to avoid that. Now, how do I get the... approach. Approach distant. There we go. One for each side. And I'll come back in at some point and number all these. Just not today. What are you trying to do in the setting itself? Is it a speed thing or is it just stopping at a hand throw? So actually, this is an automatic. This is for the station. So...
technically, automatic aren't, I think, ABS signals.
I meant for
have number plates on them.
The switches.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna throw this at the end of the platform. Right here. So this is just for the passenger trains when they are in use, and
see what trains comes up.
yeah, I was saying then whatever happens to be passing by on the main line. Hi, Will. Christ on a cross. This is the most active my chat's ever been. Yeah, I think this will work for now. I might talk with Logan.
It might have been more active when we were talking about fucking Starburst.
Seriously. This is the most people I think I've had on a stream in general. Just active in a chat, so I'll take it for the day.
I mean, bullshit. We've had up to 11, I think.
Yeah, but
we're rocking a fat meaty 6, which is pretty good for this stream.
Yeah, I would say that's not bad either. I think, Ethan, what I'll do going forward is I might just sit down with Logan sometime and I'll ask his opinion about what we should do for this, because he is utterly knowledgeable about the signalage and whatnot, and
All right.
Plus, I think I'll take him through and just give him a tour of the route because I think he enjoys seeing it from time to time.
I'm about to say, he hasn't seen it in a while.
No, and I don't know if he ever gets on YouTube long enough, just given his life is chaotic. And he's busy with his business and stuff, so I might just get on sometime and show him and ask him questions.
Oh shit! Hang on, Mike's typing. Mike, what do we have?
Oh, are we still on the Starburst thing?
Yeah. All right. So.
Actually, we should ask Will too. Chayton said my.
A reddish pink starburst is pretty fly, not gonna lie.
No, Mike's dead. Yep.
Mike's dead to me.
Yep. No, Mike can go burn.
Let's go, Mike.
No, Mike, fucking suck a dick. Piece of shit.
One of the tribe.
Nope.
You know, okay, so it looks like the intermediate before the state and what was I gonna say?
That red starbursts suck and pink ones are also equally as gross.
Correct.
Yep. See, I knew you'd come around.
You're wrong.
No, I'm right.
Wrong.
That's how this works. Like, I'm correct. I'm your boss.
No, you're not.
How are you getting the randomized direction while painting? So I hold the bracket keys on my keyboard and it rotates. So if I hold the right bracket key, it goes right. Left bracket goes left. So it's kind of giving it a nice kind of... Because if I just paint it like this, it gives you kind of like this big texture. But if I rotate it, it kind of blends it in a little more. It looks just a little natural. So I'm also dead, but on the inside. Oh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Also, gate crossing or just regular, just lights?
Gate for
Considering
sure.
how about to say gate, like it's despite the fact that this is like a rural piece of shit road, you know, there's gonna be like a bunch of people walking around there. I think it's a good idea to have.
Honestly, I do pedestrian.
There's no
crossing too.
sidewalks, so people are just gonna be on the side of the road. So I'm just gonna put a
No
18
sidewalk
foot.
yet.
This is what caused autism, and people are afraid of a vaccine. Psh. Okay. Going mechanical bell. Fuck e-bells.
Yeah, then.
Still pissed about my local crossing.
Mm-hmm.
Personal.
Say this seems like a safe enough distance away where no one's gonna clip it, including the train. I'm gonna raise this up just a touch. I might move it back from the road just a hair. How long have we been going? 2 hours and 26 minutes, and I only have this to show.
Ethan, do you see why there was nothing done when you got the route?
I've been working on it for 2
Kinda.
hours, and I have this. It's like working on fucking Skowhegan all over again.
I'm about to say, you worked on that for like 5 hours straight. It's like, yes, I'm making so much progress. And then you zoomed out and you had like less than a street made.
I was so disappointed too. I thought I was doing well. I was making all this
You
great
had-
progress, and then I
And you
looked.
went
I'm
to
like,
go take
oh.
a screenshot. You went to take a screenshot, and then you had to like angle your camera so hard to not be able to see all the empty space.
I
Oh
was
my
so
God.
upset. I'm like, oh, I didn't do shit. Oh, I was all
I mean,
bummed
to be
out.
fair, it's a nice scene.
Yeah,
But
I have to
yeah.
go back in and update the trees now. Well, actually, I'm not updating that for a while because that's on an area that doesn't matter. I just ask where. Hold on. Where did those TRC crossings come from? I had a little oopsie a while back. Can't seem to find them again. These are Reggie's trains. This is his WCH pack. Is Reggie's trains even still up?
No.
Its light went down a
got
few days
down
ago,
like a
actually.
day ago.
So, what do I do with these crossings?
Bad news bears. I don't know.
I don't know. Talk.
I mean, he did give me permission to use them on the route.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I just talked
Alright, then you
talk to
should-
Reggie about it.
Yeah, I'll
it'll be
just-
fine.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. I probably should put a fence in here to keep people from becoming chop suey in front of a train. Although you love to see it, truly. Although I don't know if the rail crews love seeing it. Honestly, I've never been a crew faced with that situation of hitting a pedestrian. So I don't know. I am not allowed to say, for I've never been in that situation. I'm not allowed to say much. I've never been in a lot of situations that involve trains. WM stands for Western Maryland. Oh. Yeah, it was his payware pack that he released. Oh, God. I was still with Hannah at that point, so that was a
A
while.
nice, hot, crisp 2018, buddy.
God damn, was it that long ago?
Yep.
I was almost not with her at that point. What a time. What a fucking time. Ah, it's almost been 4 years. That's almost as long as we dated. That's incredible.
Oh, is this going the wrong way?
Oh, that's nice. I like that. That is a nice fence.
Oh shit, Jaden,
Yeah, I
the
like
fucking
that.
viewer count's going up. We're up
Uh-oh.
to fucking 10. Oh,
Uh-oh.
now we're down to 8.
Double digits. Oh,
Oh. We were so
Here,
close.
I'll shamelessly self-promote real quick.
I think anyone who cares to watch this is already here, Sean.
Fuck it. Why not?
Mm,
Modern Man says watch stream.
Oh.
You're not a true Mets fan if you don't watch the Carrabassett stream.
I like the Yankees. Although, the Yankees fans the other day at the Guardians game, like, need to get fucked. Like, that's not how that happens. Don't be throwing shit out in the field. I think if I remember Christmas, I wanted to get GP60, but when I went to get them, it was too late. So yeah, I remember, kids, if you want something to see it, buy the damn thing. People watch this stuff? No. Mal, are you even watching this? Probably not. I'm surprised I have the viewer count I do already. Like, I expected... So half my viewer count would be, like, me, Sean, and Mal, or, Ethan, sorry. Like, watching the playback to make sure we're not fucking up. And then, like, 2 other people watching going, look at Twain. And that's about it. But, surprisingly, I have a pretty decent viewer count today, and I really don't know what the fuck I'm doing to warrant that. Like, I don't know if it's just because...
definitely us.
Honestly, I don't know if it's just because I'm streaming the Carrabassett and that never happens. Like, everyone's like, oh, thank God he's not doing that bullshit fictional country of his.
Mal has friends?
Mal has friends?
Fake news.
No, he's not. Stop, thanks to the rest of us.
Man, this block is small as shit. Approach trick. Yeah, that doesn't change.
I'm about to fucking dig in some goddamn Nutter Butters, bud.
Ooh, not a butter.
Yeah, I got one. I got this one because it was a little
Oh,
bit
fuck, it's
smaller than
midnight. I
the
should
other
order my
pack.
pizza.
If you still can.
I gotta go check if I can do that. I was gonna get Papa John's just to see if the racism was still there.
That happens to me like all
Well, I
the
can
time.
still order Papa John's. Shit.
Oh, well, look at.
Nice.
Fuck. Hold on, I gotta order my pizza, folks.
All right, pause. We gotta order a fucking pizza.
Cause like I heard, so my dad had it the other day. I'm like, what is what does it taste like? And he's like, actually, it tastes better. I'm like, huh. I should probably try it then.
So I got me some Nutter Butters. It's double nutty. Like going into a 3-way.
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, sorry I didn't message you today saying what the fuck did I say last night. I just kind of like glanced. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I kind of like saw things. I looked at sinful memes. I'm like, yep, it's about on par at this point. Order delivery. Yeah, I'll order delivery. Find my store. You already had my store.
You had the store. Now we're going back.
Country.
Take it back now, y'all.
Country road. Take me home.
To the place I would like to
One
die.
hop this time.
A vagina. Grilling hot dogs. Sean likes
That's it.
DP confirmed.
Yeah, this is double nutty. You're getting twice as much nut.
Ooh, the works. Ooh, meat. Ooh. Ew, Hawaiian. Oh, Ethan.
Yeah.
That Hawaii Railroad bullshit.
Yeah.
I can run that now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you should hook me up.
I should.
I should also ask Audie for his F40 so I can, live.
F40s?
Yeah, remember he had those F40s?
Yeah, but
I know. They suck. They look horrible. Shut the fuck up,
no,
dude.
like thought he kind of gave up on those.
I mean, he did, but I still want
You
him.
still got him in game. And Jaden's enough of a foamer to ask.
Yes, I am. I even admitted that out loud. I'm a foamer. I should go flip off Pan Am one last time. Because I'm never going to get to
Give
do that
me a
again.
handgun and free my soul. I wanna put a bullet through my fucking skull and drift away.
Mood. When you said put a bullet through my fucking skull, I felt that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm going to move this back some. Take it back now, y'all. God damn it, Sean.
You're welcome.
No. Die.
Beauty man.
Don't let anyone ruin your day. Ruin it yourself. Didn't get a chance to, buddy. Everyone ruined my day for me.
Don't let anyone ruin
Is
your
pain
day.
forever? When does existence end? It's all back in the end. Was it all black in the end? Oh, I can't read. I'm dyslexic. Go away. Alright, do I want the works or do I just want a cheese pizza? I want the works. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I'm about to
If
say you
do
want the
put
fucking
pineapple
works.
on it.
Large original
No!
crust. Add crust flavor. Garlic. No, I don't want the garlic parmesan.
I'm just gonna mic drop that for a second. I'm gonna
Add to
get
order.
some ice cream or some shit.
Alright. Hold on. Cheese sticks. Fuck yeah. A Beepus? No, I already got a Beepus. I don't need another Beepus. Continue. Okay. Check out. I already did. Jedon. I canceled my last name. Shit. Hold on. Typing in my email. Hope this bitch lets me use PayPal, because I don't want to have to go get my debit card. First world problems. Damn it, I gotta get my credit card. Wait, more options. Fuck. You know what, I have cash. I'm gonna pay in cash. Because I actually don't know how much money's on my debit card. Alright, order placed. I'm getting pizza! Gotta go, guys. NS is about to fire me. Oh. Okay. What else does this station need? I think it needs some lights. What do you say? I think it needs some lights.
I'd say so, yeah.
Probably needs a couple of benches, though. Again, we're on the slopes. I don't know how the fuck it's gonna happen. Let's see. It's a still a nice rail yard. Oh wait, not this station. I gotta go up here. Alright, before I dive into Chain of Ponds, let me save it in case my computer crashes. Because it sees Chain of Ponds and my computer goes, fuck. Alright, I've been thinking, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. That is an interesting take on that.
The Mets, baby. Love the Mets. Hit a home run, baby. Let's go Mets. I've been properly conditioned now. Gone are the days of cheering for other baseball teams. It's all Mets, and it always has been.
I hate it. As a Yankees fan and a lover of the Subway series, no.
As God's chosen Mets fan, I'm sorry to say that your existence as a Yankees fan is just wrong.
Well, I'm sorry to say your existence as a human being should be revoked.
God, I fucking wish.
Me too. Love you.
Train Train Fan 120 just tried to come in with an alternative opinion, and we don't allow those here.
Oh, I didn't even get to see what it was. What was it?
It was hidden by a moderator. He said "fuck the Mets," and you know what? We don't allow that kind of hate speech.
Delete my message on my own channel, I dare you.
They won't allow me, but I can report the commenter.
That would suck. Fuck the lemons. You're a cat. I'm petting the fuck out of you. Alright. We're now encroaching on 3 hours, and I still have not completed the station yet. I hate my life.
Good job, buddy. You're doing great.
I suck at this.
It's okay.
This is why I called Vaughn, because realistically I'll be working on this damn country for the rest of my life, and I'll just die.
Jaden on his deathbed in 27, fucking 34. I don't know.
I'm
He's
not
gonna
live
live a
long.
long time.
No, no,
Yeah,
please no. My mom is already gonna outlive me just to spite me.
Jaden in 2099. Cracking away at the call of Vaughn in Trains 2019 because he refused to upgrade after this version.
You're damn right. Why the fuck would I continue to upgrade? Oh, it's
He's
Toby.
using ancient Carrabassett Valley reskins from his good buddy Sean, who died like 20 years ago.
The Carrabassett is still uncompleted.
The Carrabassett still isn't. He hasn't moved beyond this one station.
He's still, like, messing around with which light looks better. I think, honestly,
He's always
yellow.
missing dependencies because the download station stopped being a thing 50 years ago.
That's fine. Whoa, that's a bright fucking light. Holy shit. There we go. I did at least want to put a couple of street lamps in.
BBVR the next generation. We just have our fucking descendants work on the fucking Carrabassett.
I hope I don't hate my children that much.
You know how, like, when Ethan was born, the doctor just told him that he was destined to, like, pink starbursts, and that was just, fortunately, how life was gonna be?
Yeah.
When our children are born, they get told, you're gonna work on the Carrabassett Valley at some point in your life, and I'm sorry about that.
That's fair. We started it, they get to finish it. Isn't that the American dream?
I'm pretty sure that's how this country works. Make it our children's problem.
Yeah. Because I could totally walk away and stop this at any time and end the suffering, but why would I do that when I can allow my children to experience the same kind of suffering I did? Like, what good, decent American would I be if I finished this route on my own? Or walked away? Man, I hope this pizza tastes great. I really just need something. So I'm totally eyeballing these street lights at this point. God damn it, Bobby. Speed are the next generation. You gotta put the Great Star of Bethlehem above the station. Yes, no, maybe, maybe. 2 trains. We have a last minute addition coming. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a tree. Nope, I don't want the tree. Alright, I'll take the tree. Rotate, you bitch. There you go. I also hate before every live stream I have to tell YouTube that this is definitely not made for children. And yet, here we are, acting like children. YouTube hearing that, proceeding to ban my channel. Claiming I misadvertised. Ah! Come back. You're a tree. Alright, now come back. Nope, 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 wrong tree. Yep, that tree. There, I think that should be sufficiently well lit. There. Yeah, Sean is strumming on his guitar.
Bass.
Bass. He's strumming on a instrument of some kind. Alright, so that is lit. I now need to figure out lighting in the station. Let's see. I mean, if you have a live chat on when the stream gets loaded, it should be labeled as not for kids. Yeah, I mean, like I said, YouTube usually. Oh, it's Toby. You're a cat. YouTube always asks me before I get these streams going. It's like, is this content made for children? And I have to hard no that. It's like, no, this is definitely not made for children.
This is not made for children. This is made by children that can swear.
Yes. What Sean said. Alright, so I want a bench, I think, here. Actually, so I want a bench here.
No, Jen, something that we haven't considered.
Uh-huh. Here. Yeah, Sean.
It fucking snows up in this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Probably be a good idea to have a covered platform.
That costs money. And do you know where my money just went? Pizza. let the bitches freeze. And also, like, I don't really think we have a decent asset for that. That would particularly fit this.
I mean, probably not. One can be made. Might see if Cole has one in reserve.
Gonna say, if you want to ask someone, be my guest. Just given the
Train
sparse.
I hate to tell you this. We are in our 20s. Most of the people in this chat, except for one or two of you, are in your 20s. Well, Ethan's not in his 20s. Ethan's in high school, but still. Yeah.
Yeah, as I say, I'm 25. Like, I'm halfway to 26. Well, Maine is good. It was actually warm today. It's actually a fucking nice day. It was actually a really, really nice day. Yeah, Maine's good. So, oh, hello, Toby. My cat keeps meowing at me for attention, and I tell him he can't do that because I won't give him the attention. Hello.
If you mind me asking, what is warm for you?
So it was like 55, 60 degrees today.
Yikes.
Well, yeah, buddy, I'm from the north. Not like Alaska north, but like north.
We the north.
Well, you see, Train Fan, like, they can wait in the station, but at some point they have to go get on the train.
I mean, if it's really like torrential snow, I don't think they'd be running the trains.
Yeah, I'm not sure if our passenger
On the
service will be
contrary,
running.
if it's torrential snow, the train still runs. When the
Well, I'm
state
talking about
stops
the.
running, the railroad starts running.
I'm talking about like the. Oh well, yeah, I guess you're right.
And plus, whenever it's snowing, I mean, you know. Well, actually, if it's actively snowing, it's probably not the best time to go skiing. But you know, when there's snow on the ground, that's when this shit needs to be happening. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean, like when it's actively snowing, no one's going up on that mountain because those winds are gonna be a bitch.
Yeah.
And like most of the time, that mountain's gonna be under a cloud or inside a cloud, I guess. Would be the correct term. So, what, Toby? Chubba, 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 chubba. I gave you food. I filled your sink. I know. Are you thanking me for the wet food? Are you happy? Yes, you are happy. Okay. At least one of us is happy. Could always just slap a fat plow in the front. Yeah, that's something else we need to look into at some point soon, Sean, is like getting our snow fighting equipment made.
Well, you see, the problem is that's going to involve a GP50 that I don't have, and a snow plow that only Audi can skin, and apparently also King.
There. I think that would be sufficiently opened up enough for people to see the mountain. Probably throw like a few tree stumps there to show like, hey, we decimated this. Suck our cock.
You could goof around with the terrain a little bit too. Get it.
I'm not too upset with it, right? Honestly, like the trains, like down here, I'm gonna have to goof around with it just for the road and shit. But the train, I'm honestly not too upset with. Like to me, the terrain is a-okay.
You could do it like a Caldvan where it's kind of like rocky and sparse. That would look good.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm gonna do over here is kind of like just put some rocks around. Like I think if I go, I'm gonna save it. Try to just...
Train Fan. So no, I mean we have the CPS plow pack because we were all in CPS. At some point, the snow fighting set is gonna be its own pack. We'll get all that skinned up and built and released eventually, but you know, we been had that.
Actually, I don't even think I downloaded that.
Would that be like heavy enough to actually plow snow?
Oh yeah,
on
no,
the Carrabassett?
because up here is like they get anywhere between like 10, 20 feet of snow in a decent winter. They got a lot of snow this year, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. So wouldn't we need like rotaries and shit?
I mean, they don't get it all at once,
Yeah, I get that.
so they just get a lot of storms.
I was personally saying that we're gonna mostly just run spreaders and then like maybe have one rotary, but I mean honestly, building a rotary just sounds like too much work.
Yeah, low key, fuck that. Or like what are the CN ones where it's kind of like a caboose and it's just like a weird like plow thing.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know.
those big ass tall fuckers. Yeah, I know what
Yeah,
you're talking about. We might have one of those.
their Donner and their splines.
I just don't know which way I should go with it, like this way or the other way. Oh, my pizza is on its way.
Exciting.
I just got a text message. Like, what a time to be alive when, like, the place texts you saying, hey, you fat fuck, your pizza's on its way. Like, truly, I'm
Pizza
living in the best era.
It's close to your mouth. It's very close.
Say, I can taste it already, and I'm happy. Like, I'm gonna put, I don't know, maybe, like, flip it around.
You gotta kind of like do it in small sections, you know? You can't do it like the whole way across,
So
and it
maybe,
like repeats a little bit. Yeah, don't.
Maybe, like, over here a little bit. And I'll kind of keep it over here a little bit, too. Kind of, like, bunched up, just kind of keep it close. I'm gonna put like a big rock right here in the middle.
Yeah, there's like Donner splines that are a little taller, I guess. You saw them.
Yeah,
Scott, the reason why we're putting this much effort into a railroad that isn't real is that we're too retarded to work for real railroads, so this is as close as we get.
Fun.
See, I don't bother explaining it to Scott because, he doesn't get the whole. He doesn't care for the whole simulation railroading thing. That's fine. To each his own. Probably be wrapping it up here soon when that pizza arrives, so I can go schmonch. Put some smaller rocks in the area around it. Like right here. I'll lower it in. Plus, I guess like half of the thing about route building is like the scenery, and that's aside from the operation standpoint, like that's what people do kind of look forward to with the route. I would assume, anyways. I mean, that's kind of something I look forward to is like what scenery work did they do, like how much scenery work did they do, how good does it look, kind of in a guess. So
Scenery is like kind of 80% of route
I
building.
know that's why I won't hire any. Toby, you're a cat. Shut the fuck up. Because I don't want my pizza to get to you. You're going to be begging for it like a little asshole. And guess what you're not getting? The pizza.
Do cats like pizzas?
No, but my cat does. Or he's convinced he likes pizza, but he doesn't actually want the pizza. Also coming back in the fall, Sean. Sean.
Sean's in the void right now.
I guess he is.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Do I leave a message?
Leave a message at the beep.
Sean, are you coming back in the fall? Love, Scott. To To leave a callback number, press 5.
That sounds pretty old. I never had to deal with that shit.
Doesn't look half bad. Once I get some grass in here, I suppose it'll look a little better. That's not bad, having a little scenic vista.
Emotional damage.
That is nice. That is a nice view. Say hi to your cat for me. Oh, Toby, Will says hello. Where do you go? Hi. Hey. Will says hi. Oh, he meowed it back. He meowed. Oh, he said hello, Will. Yes, you're a cat. Oh, I should probably get my wallet if the pizza guy's coming.
That probably would be important.
I probably should have confirmed I indeed have my wallet near me with cash inside of it before I ordered that pizza. Huh. I will be right back. You guys can stare at this mountain.
Good.
Let me, there you go. Have a mountain. Be right back. Move your ass, Toby. I gotta go find my pizza.
Is Toby a cat or a person dressed as a cat? Toby is a cat, but he's the brains of the house.
I gotta be honest, Sean. We kind of missed an opportunity to like kind of just copy Chessie, but with Toby. That would have been a cool Carrabassett logo. Don't lie.
Oh my god. Instead of the Chessie, it's the Toby.
The Toby. It could have been called the Tobus Malobus system. Tobus Malobus system.
Hey Jaden, Will wants to know if he can have some pizza.
Okay. Will, you can definitely have some pizza if you want it. Sam, hello again. I don't know if you've been here the whole time, but howdy. Oh, pizza is here. Pizza is here.
That was very comedically timed.
I'll be right back.
That's silly.
I have pizza!
We're really happy for you.
I don't know if you guys heard me yelling from the doorway.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yep. So 3 hours and 2 minutes worth of work, and I have this. I suck at life, so yeah, I need to learn how to be faster. Yeah. Ethan, how long does it take you to normally do some of these scenes anyways?
Oh, that would take me like an hour.
Oh. Okay. Well, in that case, guys, I'm gonna go now and eat my pizza. And feel really bad about my life now. Okay, hold on. Look at this crossing. This is a nice crossing.
It's gonna be a cool scene. Change the lighting so that it's actually like, you know, let's go to the environmental settings and just mess with the daytime so it's actually, you know.
I kind of like this with the sun shafts coming down, like late evening. Like, how about that? Does that look good?
I'll see you in like 30 seconds.
It should be showing up now.
Yeah, I like
Yeah. So, anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all for watching. Thanks for, I think, a pretty high viewer count today. I mean, not a record, but still, it's nice to see this many people interacting, even if y'all aren't really watching the stream.
doing eating stream.
Yeah, as I suspect with some things. So, yeah, just thanks for joining us today. I'm working tomorrow night until 9. I don't think I'll be out of there until probably about a little closer to probably 10:30. So I might come home about 11, maybe pop on. I don't know. Hot posted to your OnlyFans. Thanks, Scott. Anyways, I guess I will talk to you. Yeah, I guess I'll talk to you all later. So catch you then.
See ya.